And we're live, I think. Say hi.
Oh, did you start?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was playing music, my fault.
Should be fine. Say hi. Okay. So this is a reaction to Thundergod's latest video. It was like an hour long, a whopper of a video. He recently reacted to Trippy's video.
Oh, wow, really?
And so since Trippy is a walkie-talkie podcast member...
How am I supposed to see it anyways?
I can share my screen, or we could, I think, start an activity through YouTube on Discord, crazy enough. Let's see if this even works.
I'm gonna join the activity.
Oh my gosh, this looks crazy.
Let's just watch together.
So can you see it if I do this? This is crazy.
Yeah, it says what access you.
What's going on, guys?
Oh my gosh.
So it gives you too much access, bruh.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy with the access. But yeah, shout out Thundergod. Go check him out or whatever. And we'd love to have him on the podcast one day. Yeah, I could. So does it not work? Okay, screw it. I'll just do it that way.
Yeah.
We're good at figuring things out. It's fine.
Because that junk is talking about you get access to all my shit. So I'm like, what?
All right.
Crazy.
Here's a worthy soundboard for this moment. All right. Let me share screen here for you.
How do you put the soundboard and stuff?
It's I'll share my audio too. It's down in the bottom left thing here. I'm sharing my screen so you can see it. This one.
I do it again. Wait, where? Try to do it again, bro.
It's down in the bottom left.
Soundboard. I got that? Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Thundergod's video. It's cool. Go check it out. It's in the description and stuff. It's Saron, are you gonna watch with us?
Okay, I guess you.
All right, we got Saron here too. Yeah, we got ATG, Saron, and Udi from the Walkie Talkie podcast. We're gonna be watching Thundergod's video. Let's do it. Let me know if you need to turn it up or something, or if I do. You know what I mean.
I can definitely hear it. I'm definitely not hearing nothing.
What's going on? Okay. Well,
hold on. Let me put
he also wasn't talking. Can you hear him now?
It's not your fault, though. It's me.
Oh, okay. So ATG, you can hear it though, right?
Wait, play it again.
Pretty interesting video. Today I have Naruto and Sasuke, one of the best tag teams in fiction.
So you can hear it?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how long I'm staying, but I'll watch for now.
Just stay with us, bro.
And having them take on every antagonist.
Am I gonna get copyrighted if I show his video? I mean, his video's not copyrighted, but he is showing Naruto clips with Naruto music.
If he didn't get copyrighted, you're not gonna get copyrighted.
That's fair.
It works different for streams, but sure.
You know what, Saron? You're making me anxious. I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna do this.
Saron has,
oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Negative energy.
Well, never mind.
Pause a lot, you'll be fine.
All right. We should be fine. I'll also speed it up by like 1.25 times. All right. That will be safe.
The events of each arc. What that means is I'll be taking the two as they are when the opponent.
I even put the captions on.
Teaming up. Now I want to start by saying I'll be skipping over any matchups where the duo blatantly wins in a 1v1 situation against somebody, or the duo has already teamed up against an opponent. So Land of Waves, Chunin Exams, Konoha Crush, and Search for Tsunade.
It's also way louder than you guys, and I'm just now realizing that's a problem because for some reason the stupid dumb stream makes you guys way quieter on stream compared to the videos, even though it should be the same outsourced volume. So let me see if I can turn you guys up or something. I guess I can just turn the video way down.
Or you can turn us up on Discord.
You're already at 100.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Thanks.
And also turn me up so it evens out. There we go.
Will all be skipped in his videos as those arcs fit the criteria.
There we go. That should be good. I'm gonna hope anyways. I'm not listening, so who knows.
Naruto and Sasuke will also be replacing any teammates they have present. So for example, right, if I have like
Also, let me know if you want me pause it.
all these people against Kakuzu, they're not going to be there. It's just going to be like Naruto and Sasuke against like said character and whatever conditions I say for how strong the character is or where they're like presently at in strength. Lastly, I'll be going off of a 60% win rate required to win, meaning Naruto and Sasuke need to be able to win the matchup confidently, even if it may still be somewhat debatable, and vice versa. If they do have a win condition and it just isn't likely, I'm not going to give them the pass. So with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new here. Like me, like the channel, like the good stuff.
I already liked it. I'm so good.
Talking about Naruto and Sasuke against the Sound Force.
Alright, is this the first one?
I gotta clarify a couple things. I'm gonna be using
Jirobo.
Sasuke. Naruto doesn't make too much of a difference since Naruto's like generally stronger than Sasuke at this point. And the Sound 4 they're going to be fighting against are the exhausted Sound 4 that the Genin had fought against. We do know the Sound 4 are exhausted as they're still recovering from their bout with Genma and Raido. And, you know, on top of like them noting how they can't move their bodies because, you know, that's the price they pay for going into Curse Mark Stage 2. The anime profile also makes it very explicit that
So can we say that Naruto is way more stronger than Sasuke here in base? I don't think that's true.
You talking about the rooftop?
Yeah, because I mean,
not way more stronger.
If you're talking about the rooftop, I think they're like relative.
In base?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, Naruto's in base. Sasuke has a Sharingan active.
Okay.
So he's literally not in base. So
their strongest attacks in Naruto is stronger, but their hand-to-hand is pretty relative.
I would still put Sasuke above.
Sharingan, so that's not base Sasuke.
I mean, I understand Naruto's clones are technically weaker than Naruto or whatever, and they split their chakra. But Sasuke's like molly-whopping 1,000 of Naruto's clones all at the same time.
It was not 1,000.
Okay, well, listen, 100.
At least like 50 to 100.
It's not even the fireball jutsu where he just knocks all of them out at once. He's using hand-to-hand. He's doing like a basic... He's literally cartwheeling to pop these clones. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's stronger than like Naruto. He's better at Naruto than in hand-to-hand in that moment. But
okay.
I still think Naruto would win if they clashed, of course.
Oh,
in that moment with the Rasengan.
That's why Kakashi stopped him.
But... Well, that's not why he stopped. I mean, both Jiraiya and Kakashi were saying that, oh man, your student would have died, and they were both saying it. So who knows? I'm just saying. Also, later on, Sasuke in the actual fight says, oh, 10 times 0 is still 0. So Sasuke's a metaphorical 1 and Naruto's a 0. Sasuke's infinitely stronger. Alright, moving on.
So weird.
So it's very clear that they're not going to be peak power in this situation. So starting off, we have Jirobo in like Choji's position. Now, it's kind of weird to talk about Sasuke pre-Final Valley. He should be at the very least comparable to each of the Genin that fought the Sound 4 despite being in a coma. He's shown to be able to...
further evidence, Genma, the person who fought Jirobo here, literally said Sasuke was as strong as a Genin right after the Gaara fight, when the like war began in the Hidden Leaf. And then Naruto wasn't promoted. I understand Sasuke wasn't promoted either, but that's besides the fight. Genma literally said, all right, Sasuke, you're literally a Chunin. The fight's over. Save the leaf.
Well, it's not about your power. It's about all of it together overall.
Yeah, and he was talking about all of it overall.
That is not true.
Why would he? What is that? Okay, what was Sasuke not a Genin at?
Genma does not choose who becomes Chunin and stuff.
I understand that, but he's still okay. Are you saying Genma?
Look good.
No, he was saying it to Sasuke in front of nobody else in the crisis where time is of the essence.
He was trying to make himself believe his own lies. That's all it is.
Okay. We also get an OVA where Naruto and Sasuke are still very clearly underneath Kakashi, who is a Jonin, understandably, and is the strongest in the village, stated in the data books. But that doesn't really matter necessarily. We also get Sasuke versus Jirobo for a little bit. He is technically stronger than Jirobo just by himself, but like with the Sound 4 in total, he just didn't stand a chance. So I think Naruto and Sasuke versus Jirobo, that's a pretty easy clap. That being said, I don't know if they can even escape Jirobo's like Earth Dome thing, because it said like 4 different times that Choji is the strongest, and only Choji was able to break out of it by human bouldering the back of the dome. Even then...
Wait, so you think Sasuke and Naruto win or lose?
It depends if they get caught in the dome. If they do get caught in the dome, I could imagine them losing at least in
I don't see them getting caught.
Choji was physically the strongest. I don't think that he.
Well, yeah. And they needed physical strength. Well, I think Naruto in his QB could.
Well, they only broke out because Shikamaru and Neji were studying the walls and stuff. I don't think Sasuke and Naruto gonna do that.
Yeah. Plus,
unless
also,
they try the thing they did to Haku.
They also needed Kiba to like demonstrate it in order for Shikamaru to observe it, and then they needed Neji's Byakugan to confirm it.
Wait, say that again?
What was so special about that jutsu, Earth style jutsu again?
Because it absorbs your chakra while you're in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it basically nerfs the people inside the thing.
Yeah.
That is quite hacked, so yeah, it's never used again.
Well, I mean, it must have been pretty slow because they were in there for quite a while. And people like Kiba don't have that much chakra, so.
Cinematic timing.
Naruto post Rasengan training, which also gives him a great, and that Naruto's stronger as he has a greater handle on chakra control on top of just Rasengan being stronger than Chidori at this point.
Yeah, why couldn't the Rasengan just break through that Earth style?
That is weird because, yeah, I think there was, well, maybe they're saying Naruto would waste chakra even though he has the QB inside of him. But
well, he didn't know how to use the QB at that time.
Naruto wastes his own chakra.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if he, I mean, it is a mental thing, but I feel like if he really wanted to, he could have used the QB. Like, he can't just activate it at will, but like when he's pushed, which in this case,
he could just use the QB.
It depends if you think he would be quote unquote mentally pushed far enough, dying in the chakra absorbing dome. Well, and if he's trapped in there with Sasuke's like his rival, that would give him the mental, oh man, you scaredy cat, I'm gonna break out of here to prove I'm stronger than you. And then he uses, I could see it being written like that.
That is somewhat true.
Okay. I don't know, it's possible.
On top of this, Sasuke's able to compete with all this.
If Naruto's own chakra reserves were absorbed, then eventually he would just have to use the QB's chakra.
That's true.
Since their chakra pools are separated at this point anyways.
Okay.
It's only when they start to use their jutsu and combo him up that Sasuke begins to get overwhelmed, but even then he's able to initiate the Lion's Barrage on Sakon, which didn't work due to his innate abilities, but he's still able to make moves while they're attempting this, and I do think it speaks to how Sasuke and the other Genin aren't that far apart at all, which is consistent as Sasuke was in a coma and the other Genin were just training. This is more prevalent as, again, this is more fresh sound forward, whereas the Genin jump.
That's weird because Sasuke, I think, would be the strongest of all the Genin at this moment. I don't care why. I don't know why he said that.
Are you talking about?
Like Sasuke is way stronger than Kiba at this moment. If Choji and Sasuke are 1v1ing...
Wait, which Kiba are you talking about, though? Chunin exam?
Sasuke retrieval arc.
I don't know. Kiba was fighting the strongest member.
Sasuke is definitely stronger.
Okay. Just confirming that.
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
Kiba also lost.
Well, I like his reasoning that Sasuke was in a coma, but I don't think his coma was that long. I think it was like a month long, and it wasn't directly after the tuning exams. Not only did he go on to fight Gaara, so already fighting Gaara, he's way stronger than Kiba there, so there's already a gap. So I don't think the gap would close enough in that coma. But also the fact that he got that that mental lamp from hatred from Itachi after that, and the whole reason he was in the coma. And even, I would argue when he's in the coma, he has like a month of mental training because he's not just sleeping. He's seeing thousands of times his family being slaughtered.
What a great brother. That was definitely necessary for you to do. Not inconsistent at all.
Itachi, worst character in fiction. Don't at me.
He's not, but like... Yikes, that was... And people covered up like, oh, he needs to like keep his cover in check. You could have just had it play once. That's it.
Goodness.
That's all you needed to do, just have it play once.
Really quick, let me check.
Well, he is trying to make Sasuke hate him even more.
I get it, but that's still like an awful thing to do as a brother, and yet people constantly trying to defend it. Like,
Okay.
no, Itachi's a great brother. Like, what?
He's the best brother. What do you mean?
He is a decent brother at best.
Amazing. He made Sasuke stronger. He protected the village.
By giving him...
And then he stopped the Edo Tensei.
He could have protected the village by not killing every one of the
Sasuke,
Uchiha.
watch
but-
your parents die.
this is a conversation for another time. But
It's all insta means, bro.
okay.
The line is though that he's still not on any of the Sound Force level, as after he unleashes the Sharingan and Curse Mark, Sakon blows him away.
Okay, I feel like that's not fair either. I really want to give him the benefit. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm being pedantic and I'm just gonna hit on the video no matter what. But he's stronger than all 4 of the Sound 4 individually, at least in base.
Wait, what?
Base to base, he is stronger than the Sound 4. Yes, he is stronger than the Sound 4 in base.
Yeah.
To base.
Did he beat them or something?
Wasn't he able to like keep up with 2 of them fighting him at the same time?
I don't know about at the
he
same
was.
time.
Then they used Curse Mark. That's when they started beating him up.
Well, the point is that he was getting like 4v1'd at that moment.
Not 4.
Yeah.
I think it was only 2.
No, it was 4.
Well, it was all 4 of them.
It was
were there to
4
fight
of
him.
them, but it wasn't all 4 fighting him.
I don't know about at once, but it was like right after one after another.
I think all 4 of them join in towards the end. I think, but he was fighting 2.
Okay.
Once he starts using the curse marks, he's overwhelmed. Obviously, he's stronger than them base to base, though.
Yeah.
Itchy.
For difficulty with his own Curse Mark. So he's still not at their level at full power, but because they're exhausted, he definitely fares a better chance. And then you have Naruto as support. Naruto and Sasuke should be coming in very confidently against Jirobo, who is a very basic brawler, the weakest of the Sound 4. And the problem with Jirobo is that he, on top of being like kind of clowned around by Choji, and Choji is taking those pills which like grant him explosive power, but even then that's only really elevating to like the level of the other Genin. Maybe you could say he's like stronger than Shikamaru, since even Shikamaru like notes this, that Choji's stronger than him, or that it can maybe speak to Choji's mentality. Regardless, Choji is able to combat with this Jirobo. He's able to go blow for blow with him, even in the Curse Mark after taking more pills. And the problem with Jirobo is that he doesn't really have any defense for the Rasengan at this point. Naruto's Rasengan at this point can only be cancelled out by
And Naruto and Sasuke both do Chidori and Rasengan. Yeah, Jirobo's dead.
Oh, for sure. So the thing about Jirobo's Curse Mark as well as Choji's pills is that Jirobo says it's like a 10 times multiplier. First of all, Jirobo's like, no offense, but the stupidest Sound 4 member. We can't necessarily take that at face value. Like, we don't know if that is statistically a 10 times increase. He could just be like, yeah, I feel 10 times stronger, even though he says it is. I don't think he's the most reliable.
There's like a fan book, what's it called, translation that says it's also 10 times.
That's fair. Okay. But also,
so
like,
Jirobo wasn't lying.
10 times in what? Is it all stats? Like, is he 10 times faster, stronger? He's not 10 times smarter.
No, he doesn't get faster.
I think really he just gets 10 times more
I'm
chakra.
pretty sure the curse mark is just an overall multiplier at all your stats. So speed, strength.
Well, I think specifically
yeah, it is.
by giving it a 10 times multiplier to chakra, it would be a then multiplier to all the stats. But does that directly correlate? I don't know.
Dang, my cap on my tooth really hurts. Yikes.
I'm sorry.
That's so annoying.
I also feel like, considering the curse mark eats away at you, Naruto using 1,000 clones and having like the stamina of a god, considering he was able to like fight all night using clones in the forest of death, I don't think Jirobo can beat Naruto, let alone Naruto and Sasuke.
To actually just one-shot Jirobo blatantly.
Obviously.
Maybe you could argue Shidori's a little different. And I will say, like, Jirobo
plus, whatever Jirobo's actual multiplier is, assuming it is 10 times, Sasuke's curse mark is literally just better. Like, Jirobo has Earth and Sasuke has Heaven, stated to be better. So,
yeah.
We just apply to Sasuke.
Sasuke wasn't as good as using it then, though. He only got better once he got in that coffin.
That's true. All right.
I don't even think they need to.
So this like a weaker Sasuke.
I don't think he even needs the curse mark to beat Jirobo.
I agree.
That is not true.
I mean, Jirobo's slow, and
there's no
Sasuke
way
has
Sasuke
Chidori.
is Red Pill Choji's level.
Well, Jirobo's not going to get 2 curse mark Sage 2. He's just going to get Chidori
I'm not
splits.
sure if he's making it to. Yeah, exactly. Naruto will come from behind. Sasuke comes forward. They both rush him with Rasengan and Chidori, and then dead.
Yeah. So Sasuke's already a little bit faster than Jirobo, if not pretty significantly faster. And then with Chidori, he's just perception blitzing him, I would argue. But yeah.
That is true.
Is actually able to start brawling with Naruto and Sasuke, they will kind of get like dominated by his physical might, but I don't really think it would get to that point. Naruto and Sasuke do have a lot of diversionary tactics. They can transform into shuriken.
Now I will say, Sasuke, like, version 1 of his curse mark is faster than Naruto, and like before they're pretty relative. So Jirobo curse mark stage 2, assuming he gets there, which he probably wouldn't, he would be more significant of a threat to them. He'd probably be equal in speed, if not a little faster, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. But even then, I don't think it's going to get there. And if it does, they can just power up themselves. So, yeah.
Season 2, JJK.
Is it out yet? I saw you tweeted about it, that it's so much fresher.
It looks so good.
Oh, you mean the trailer, I guess, came out?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
So much better than season 1 aesthetically.
In which case, it's really tough to say. Like maybe Sasuke can perform a similar feat to Neji and see where the dome is weakest, but it just really makes it hard for them because even Naruto can't perform his Rasengan in like those conditions because they're getting their chakra sapped at a ridiculous rate. So it is possible. I will say that
it's also not that ridiculous of a rate.
No, not that one.
Like, if we're talking ridiculous rate, we're talking like Nagato's absorption or Kisame one swiping 6 tails with his Samehara.
Their chakra absorbed. Okay. By the way, I hate that Chocho doesn't have a moment that's as cool as this.
I mean, she's pretty cool in the Sarada arc.
No, she's not.
This was like one of the best part 1 panels ever.
That is so hard. Look at that. It's so dope.
Okay, Choji is pretty dope. Let me also again check the audio of the stream because I'm so
Naruto's art is so good.
Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Literally.
Like, whatever.
Okay, Kidomaru is very different. Naruto by himself did get caught by Kidomaru and was not able to get out by himself. To be fair, I think it was just his clones.
Can't be broken unless you have Gentle Fist.
Yeah. So just his clones got caught, but his clones weren't able to. I don't know if it was a diversionary tactic. I guess it just was because Naruto came from behind and punched him. I think, if I remember correctly, the real Naruto. But if the real Naruto gets caught, I don't think he's getting out. Kidomaru is also, I'd argue, the fastest of all the Sound 4.
Is he the fastest?
I know Sakon and Ukon are stated to be the strongest, as ridiculously untrue as that probably is. But whatever.
Bruh.
Kidomaru is at least the most skilled.
Kabuto said it, that's gotta be true.
Yes, screw
I'm
Kabuto.
a dip.
Alright, Saron, appreciate you. He's gone.
He's performing crazy feats against all of the Genin. It's his chakra webbing, right? Because this is such an issue because Naruto himself doesn't really have an answer for the chakra webbing. Even his clones note this. Like, there's the chakra circulating inside the webbing just makes it like unbreakable. Like kunai can't even breach it. You might be able to argue for Sasuke, like he'll be able to see this. In which case, Sasuke should be able to cut through it with one of his Shidoris. Sasuke at this point can do 2 to 3 Shidori per day. But
I was thinking that Shidori, yeah.
Such a ranged game that it's gonna be difficult for either Naruto or Sasuke to enact their like high potency like Shidori, Rasengan, jutsu. You kind of have to argue that Kidomaru gets caught playing, which he does in character. I will admit, like Kidomaru in character, he's like known for playing games. Like that's his whole shtick. Even like against Neji, he's like, oh, I'm gonna have fun playing with you. So if you make the argument like maybe Rasengan at the beginning might be able to penetrate past Kidomaru's like golden sweat armor, that could maybe extend to Shidori as well, although it's a little harder to quantify.
So the thing with Kidomaru, he also has this summoning. The summoning by itself is pretty strong. It could also like spawn like thousands of spiders. The thing with Neji, he kind of just stands here and lets the spiders fall down on him. And to like spin to do his rotation. I feel like Naruto and Sasuke could just move out of the way.
They can, but once the webs catches them, it's over.
Oh, that's true too.
They can't do anything about it.
Okay. Naruto,
and then once Kidomaru starts using them arrows, it's literally over.
Yeah. I feel like Rasengan might not be able to get through his armor, but Chidori definitely could. Rasengan probably could.
What is his armor made out of?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's made out of the same material as the arrow, just like the spider webbing, saliva, chakra mix. I don't know.
I don't see Chidori going through that.
Really? That's crazy.
Sasuke starts playing range. Like he summons the spider, starts like slowing them down with all the webbing, because even the spiders all have like that same chakra webbing inside them that slows Neji down. It's just gonna be too much for Naruto and Sasuke at this point.
Oh, that's right. The spiders do have the webbing that slow them down. Well, again, they just don't attack the spiders. Those tiny spiders just get out of the way. That's fine.
Yeah.
High speed lightning arrows come out, which is just gonna be disastrous for the duo. You can maybe argue like again, Naruto I will say this: Naruto, if he unleashes like the Kyuubi's chakra, should be able to slam around this Kidomaru, just going off of like the Sasuke encounter and how that same Naruto slamming around curse mark Sasuke. But I do think that is a bit like it's harder because Naruto's constantly getting angered by Kidomaru when he talks about like Sasuke as a vessel, and even like he's just fighting against Sasuke in the Final Valley, he's getting more emotional. I'll say this: Naruto literally did go through a training arc where he learned to tap into the Kyuubi's chakra. So if you gotta go out that and he does start unleashing it, Kidomaru's gonna have no answer because Naruto.
This is true. I feel like he was able to unleash it versus Gaara by himself, even though he was mental amped.
He's just gonna run around. He's gonna be too fast for Kidomaru. At which point, like Kidomaru can't even play a long game at curse mark.
It's definitely different than versus Saku.
It's not be disastrous. So I think Kidomaru has a distinct advantage.
Or even Orochimaru.
But like early to late fight, I actually do see like Naruto and Sasuke having it. Sasuke starts to be very useful in helping Naruto like get rid of all these spiders, deal with the long range arrows and all of that. Whether or not he'd be able to perceive them at that point might be up for debate. Generally, I lean towards Kidomaru in this matchup just because their only real way of like damaging him is via like their ace moves, and these two ranged, it's just not going to be they're not going to be able to do it. Along with the chakra webbing going to be slowing them down, it's just going to be way too much. And Naruto's only real win condition is to go into that Kyuubi power that was being derived from emotion. Yes, Naruto could tap into the Kyuubi's chakra, but like when he gets the Kyuubi's like facial expressions and whatnot, that's when he's getting like super emotional. He's letting his hatred seep through and all that. I should also note that the Neji that Kidomaru had fought against is much stronger than Chunin exams Neji. It should be obvious, but he's training with Hiashi. Even in the anime,
that's interesting.
Palms.
He's definitely stronger. I don't know how much stronger though.
So he's just shown a lot more mastery with the gentle fist and his ability to emit chakra.
Probably just new ability.
That's true too. The 128 fist, yeah.
Stronger or he wins that fight, irrelevant. I just think they're very comparable, as many characters in the Chunin exams are. Next up,
so I think on this one in general, Naruto's pretty useless unless he goes QB mode. He can create clones as diversions, but Sasuke's the one that's gonna have to go in for the kill with Chidori. He's probably going to see him from a range with Sharingan, but the range is probably going to be an issue. But even then, he can just close the gap with a Chidori. So he'll use one.
Can he see with the what's it called?
He can see Chakra.
See Kidomaru with Sharingan?
He can see Chakra, and if Kidomaru tries to attack, he's using his Chakra.
But
so
Kidomaru was like
direction he comes
pretty far from Neji.
I mean, he wasn't that far. Like, he was able to see Neji.
True.
And he's like in a forest surrounded by trees. So like he couldn't be that far. Yeah. Giant trees, mind you. These aren't normal trees.
I think they beat Tayuya very confidently just due to how Shikamaru. Well, Naruto was able to trick Tayuya consistently with his clones. Like she's not.
Yeah, if Shikamaru's able to dodge these, he's faster than all three of these at the same time. Naruto and Sasuke.
I'm saying she's not the brightest. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's, I would argue, definitely the smartest of the Sound Four.
And this is exemplified more with her summon.
Even though she's got a bad attitude.
Shikamaru's able to like dodge their attacks, dodge their chakra eating worms, all of that.
But yeah, Shikamaru able to dodge it as like a 1v3. So Naruto and Sasuke is a 2v3 to where two of them at max are on one person. That's easy dodge. And they just go after Tayuya.
Yeah, but I don't know how they break out the Genjutsu though.
They don't have to. Just beat up Tayuya.
True.
Plus, I feel like Sasuke has some kind of Genjutsu resistance. I don't know. It's weird.
There's no proof of that.
Like, you're right. He does have Sharingan, which can cause Genjutsu. I don't know if he has Genjutsu resistance. We know Naruto technically has Kurama, but that's not going to work because Kurama hates him now.
Yeah, the only person they say that has Genjutsu resistance is Sakura.
Yes.
They never mention Sasuke.
Well, Sasuke does break out of Tsukoyomi, but you could argue Itachi let him, but we just don't know. It's never answered.
No, I think Itachi let him because the whole fight was to get Sasuke stronger.
Yeah, but it's also very, like, Sasuke at the very least did have to break out of it on his own. I don't think Sasuke thinks in that fight that Itachi let him, or that Itachi just stopped the jutsu. I think Itachi, to some degree, did have to, on his own, break out. Now, whether you think Itachi let him or not is whatever. But that proves that Sasuke has some level of Genjutsu resistance.
You just say that.
I think.
Well, he does have the Sharingan, so
yeah,
that's likely.
With his base stats, it's not like she's so much farther above him. So they should be very fine in this encounter. I think they do. They are able to take it. Tayuya's the same as like Jirobo. She doesn't really have any defense for like Shidori or Rasengan, like bolt techniques one shot. Honestly, like Tayuya's best attribute in this fight is her genjutsu. Now, a lot of people bring up a lot of people bring up Kabuto using her genjutsu, and not a lot of people understand that Kabuto is amping her genjutsu with genjutsu, so it's that much stronger.
Yes.
No one brings this up for some reason, but they're not the same. Like that is a much stronger Kabuto. All of his attacks are being enhanced by senjutsu, so it's just so much stronger. Now, the reason you can also say this is due to how Shikamaru in part 1 is able to break his finger and break out of it, whereas like in Shippuden, like Sasuke,
Crazy how censored it was in the anime. There was no bones.
Much less effective version of the genjutsu. In which case, you could definitely make an argument that Sasuke might be able to break Naruto out, or they kind of deduce something similar with injuring themselves. Sasuke could probably lean towards breaking out of the genjutsu just since the Sharingan's a lot better at breaking through it, defensively speaking. But, you know, his Sharingan isn't fully mastered at this point, so there is a little wiggle room there. But the genjutsu shouldn't be a make it or break it deal. Some people might bring up Kurama breaking Naruto out of the genjutsu, but this just isn't true.
Not gonna happen.
Kurama doesn't care about Naruto at this point. He doesn't care if he's under genjutsu. He doesn't break him out versus Itachi in Shippuden, so he doesn't break him out against an Akatsuki member who Kurama's knowledge wants to like pull him out of Naruto. So it's like, okay, if he's not doing that, then like he's not gonna do it for Naruto here. In case anybody brings that up, the two should be able to take it pretty confidently against Tayuya. The Doki aren't the craziest stat wise, and her herself, you know, even in Curse Mark stage 2, like Shikamaru can like kind of have like a chakra tug of war with her, and kind of like have like he's able to like stall her a little bit. So you know, Naruto and Sasuke at this point.
But won't you?
Shikamaru. If not Sasuke, definitely Naruto.
What's up?
Won't you think Tayuya is gonna use genjutsu off the bat if she's facing 2 versus 1?
Yeah.
She low-key kind of underestimated Shikamaru. That's why she was like playing around at first.
I mean,
Until he pushed her.
I guess it really just comes down to if you think they can get out of the genjutsu. I think Sasuke could.
I don't see any way of them getting out.
You could also argue that if they do get out, she could just continue the genjutsu by continuing to play her flute.
Literally.
So, yeah, you
and
could
then
argue
have
Tayuya.
her summonings take them they chakra and stuff.
Okay.
Or whatever she's about to do to them.
I feel like also, I mean, why wouldn't Tayuya just play the flute when she did fight Sasuke originally, when she was with the Sound 4? Just put him under genjutsu immediately like that. But then you could also argue that...
It was... Because I think they wanted Sasuke to make his own decision and not just force him to go.
Yeah, so I do agree with that.
So that's probably why.
Yeah. Like they wanted to show him, man, this is the power you get from the curse mark, so you should join us. We'll give you curse mark power. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up we have Sakon. Now Sakon's very interesting, alleged strongest member of the Sound 4.
Which is ridiculous.
Really, like, his main
it's like the
that,
weakest.
Physical blows, like, I'll start by saying physical blows aren't going to matter. We saw this from the Lion's Barrage. He could just swap out with Ukon and revert any damage or heal himself, making it so any physical strikes really...
Sakon is interesting because he's the only one that can give Naruto and Sasuke a 1v1. Rather than...
Wait, say that again?
Sakon's interesting because he has Sakon and Ukon, he's the only Sound 4 member that can give Naruto and Sasuke a fair 1v1. Rather than Naruto and Sasuke 2v1ing the member. Now it's a 1v1.
Yeah, that is true.
That being said, Kiba was like relative. So
in Taijutsu, they're not gonna be able to scrap with him. He's just too much.
Well, Kiba is strong though. He's underrated in this arc.
You're right, he is. And I wouldn't say Naruto and Sasuke are too much stronger, but considering Kiba was getting 2v1'd,
also completely mitigates Naruto and Sasuke's advantage at this point. And to actually take it a step further, on top of like, for example, right, let's say like Sasuke shreds Sakon in half for whatever reason with Chidori, he could regen from that. You know, maybe Rasengan might be a little different because of how like it kind of does that internal organ effect. Like it's kind of same with Kabuto. He's not able to.
Yeah, I was gonna say against Kabuto.
Maybe you could argue Rasengan, but if the two do separate, it's gonna be disastrous for Naruto and Sasuke. This gets like taken to another level when you consider that Sakon can merge with Naruto or Sasuke and actually like mix his cellular structure with theirs and start messing like completely with it. He's able to pretty much recreate cells to form like his own arms and stuff outside his body. Now, there's no reason this shouldn't work on Sasuke. Like Sasuke's pretty much gonna get like he has nothing to really answer for this ability. Naruto, on the other hand, this ability would not be as effective on, at least in my opinion, and this is due to Kurama. Now we actually see in Shippuden
interesting.
To merge himself with Naruto.
That's a
Kurama
good point. That's
really
really cool. I would not have thought of that. That's genius.
But is it the same thing though?
No, I don't think so because In this case,
Paul's
Paul's trying
not
to
really doing the same thing as Ukon doing, or Sakon, whatever his name is.
Yeah, in this instance, Paul's trying to like help Naruto, give him Sage Chakra, and Kurama finds that disrespectful because how dare you rely on Sage Chakra when you have me? In this case, Sakon or Ukon's just merging with their bodies. I don't even
They're
know
just
the
merging their
chakra
body
part.
and like controlling that junk.
Yeah.
So I think it will work, to be honest.
Yeah.
With that much
It should
he's
work.
gonna be able to like mess with the cellular structure while Kurama's inside Naruto. Kurama doesn't like to share like that space with anybody, so I definitely think it'd be a case to where like he tries to merge with Naruto, gets spooked out, in which case it's just like a normal fight again. And maybe Naruto you could argue would like take it, but at that point like Ukon or Sakon's gonna take down Sasuke. In which case,
Ukon and Sakon would have to be very careful not to merge with a clone. Which, knowing Naruto, he would absolutely accidentally merge with a clone.
It's just not too much, and Sakon already kind of hard.
Wait, can they merge with a clone? Wouldn't it just poof?
I mean, Ishiki put Karma on a clone before it poofed, and Karma didn't work.
But that's not the same though.
It's not, but like, I mean,
that's just him putting some kind of data on him. This is like actually merging with the person's body.
Yeah, but I don't think it would hurt the person. Like, I understand maybe you don't have to necessarily hurt a clone for it to disappear, but I don't know. It's also not well, it is a physical, tangible clone, so I don't know. It's weird. I don't think the clone has insides or anything. The clone can't. Well, actually, I take that back. The clone can literally bleed before it poofs, which is extra weird. So I don't know. It's possible.
I don't know. It's probably just some inconsistent thing.
Yeah. Well, in some instances, the clones are getting completely beat up for like minutes on end before poofing, and then others they stub their toe and poof.
Base to base, like he has just too many advantages. Next up, we have Kimimaro. Now, for Kimimaro, actually be Sasuke like final battle Sasuke. I'll be like changing him up as he actually does.
Kimimaro, there's no way. They get murked. I don't care what you say.
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah.
Now, both of these fighters should be definitively weaker than Kimimaro. That much is clear. Sasuke only really approaches that levels when he gets his 3 tomboy. That's not gonna be.
But Drunk Fist Lee, he did push him to use Curse Mark.
Oh, okay. The slightest bit of Curse Mark, which I don't think he actually needed. You could say he pushed him just because he used it. I don't think him using it necessarily means he pushed him. Not only is he low on stamina, the fact that he dies not of being beat, but of running out of life. So he wants to beat Lee as fast as possible. But also he knows that Naruto's going after Sasuke. So he probably wants to finish up with Lee so that he can go stop Naruto.
Interesting.
Yeah. But also
then he could have just went Curse Mark 2 then if he wanted to do that.
I mean, he could have, but also I feel like Curse Mark 2 would have just drained him of too much chakra too fast. Like, he would have beat Lee, but I don't think he would have got back to Naruto in time. He would have just died after that. So he just wanted to beat up Lee quickly and with enough chakra to go back to Naruto. That's all headcanon. But anyways, Thundergod just said that Sasuke is starting to approach Kimimaro power with the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. I'm going to blatantly disagree with this. Sasuke is able to finally perceive and counter QB Naruto. The same QB Naruto who was 1,000 clones getting murked against Kimimaro. So this Sasuke is still definitively weaker than Kimimaro.
I agree with you.
Lee and Gaara before he finally croaked. Even then, he was going to win against Gaara. He was about to ice him there. Now, Kimimaro stamina is somewhat dependent on how you interpret his illness. If you think it's more of a timer thing, like he has a set time limit left, or if going into the higher stages of the Curse Mark actually speed up his illness and the rate he approaches death.
Yeah.
Going into Curse Mark stage 2 definitely sped it up as he doesn't show any signs of his illness taking effect on him until he goes into Curse Mark stage 2. And even when he enters it, Kabuto knows they should still be fine for a while yet. But despite that, Kimimaro shortly dies after Gaara,
I don't know. I feel like they're really saying he shouldn't have even been able to get out of bed. And like he used his full willpower just to stand up and go to the battle. Like I feel like he was basically blind while fighting Lee.
Bone under his skin, being amplified even further when he goes into version 2 Curse Mark, as he's quite literally walking through sand coffins at that point. It's quite absurd. But even when Gaara does the large scale sand burial, he's still able to perform the bracket dance and like shoot all.
Yeah, his body was shot at this point.
Naruto and Sasuke are going to
shouldn't have been able to fight at all.
That they'll have the most trouble reacting to him, at least in Sasuke's case, especially since Lee is able to react to Kimimaro for a short bit. With this Sasuke's new base form being the equivalent of his dual Sharingan.
But like considering Gaara can fly with his sand, Bracken Dance is just soloing Naruto and Sasuke in an instant. They have nothing to counter that.
I don't even see how they damage him.
For real, yeah.
The Saiyan Burial couldn't. It damaged him, but he still lived through it.
Like, I honestly don't think Chidori or Rasengan could just break through the bones or get him. Not all the way.
Their power-ups or like their multipliers being more comparable. So if you kind of look at it like that, you would have version 2 Sasuke, who should be somewhere between Curse Mark Stage 1 and Curse Mark Stage 2. Kimimaro, who would be fighting alongside potentially QB Naruto. I don't think Naruto would go into those higher stages of the cloak unless Kimimaro really pressed him, which he could. In which case, if Naruto does achieve the one tail, I definitely think they could press him even further. But their win con to like pressing him to exhaustion with the illness, I don't think is as likely to do.
I would argue at this point, Gaara is significantly stronger than he was before. I would say Gaara's a little weaker than Kakashi at the beginning of part 1 at this point. Considering Kimimaro was stronger than Kakashi at this part, I would say. Or at least at the beginning of part 1.
Yeah.
I do think this one's a bit debatable, but I do lean towards Kimimaro in this case, just due to all the factors present here.
I mean, especially considering Kimimaro's implied to be the only reason Orochimaru is able to take down Rasa, Gaara's dad, the Kazekage.
Wait, say that again.
Kimimaro was
He's
implied.
talking and you're talking.
Yeah, I got you. Kimimaro was implied to be one of the reasons. I don't know about the only reason, but like the reason that Orochimaru was able to take down the 4th Kazekage or 3rd Kazekage, whatever.
That is not
Rasa.
true. When they show it, what's it called? Orochimaru off guards the 4th Raikage. I mean, not 4th. The 4th Kazekage. He off guards him.
I mean, he's stabbing him from the front, but it's implied that there was a fight. I mean, Kimimaro falls down afterwards.
Was it a fight? He was literally wearing his Hokage fit.
Yeah, I mean,
It legit looked like an off guard.
plus Kabuto is there as well. We don't know. We just didn't see the fight, so we can't really say much.
Yeah, but you see his body. He literally has his whole clothes on, his Hokage fit. I mean, Kazekage fit.
I mean, if you look at how long Hiruzen survived, and he's a lot older and weaker than Rasa, I would argue. Hiruzen survived with the sword in him for like minutes. So I feel like he wasn't just stabbed.
I'm saying like he was still wearing his Kazekage clothes. I don't think there was a fight going on.
They were also
more like they just caught him off guard.
They were also in a crater, which would be weird considering they're supposed to be traveling to
that whole thing was weird.
Oh, I feel like there's a little fight.
Maybe, but why would they just be standing there?
Well, that was the end of the fight. Is what we cut to.
Now, Deidara is interesting because he fights a stronger Sasuke, one that absorbs Orochimaru. And not only is this Sasuke that goes over Orochimaru, we actually know like from the beginning of Shippuden they say. Like,
wait, why are we getting versus Deidara? Whatever.
Body. So Sasuke on top of this has 6 months of training in his belt. So I don't think he's gonna be performing nearly as well in this fight on top of being a normal counter for Deidara. And the problem with this is Sasuke's not on Deidara's level yet. Naruto definitely isn't, because even when Naruto goes into like he starts to unleash like the 1 or 2 tails, Deidara isn't even concerned with him. He thinks Kakashi is the issue. So it's kind of like Jiraiya warns Kakashi that if Naruto goes 4 tails, Kakashi's not going to be able to stop him, even with the ceiling tags that instantly stop Naruto. 3 tails is the absolute limit, and we see that Kakashi is able to stop the 3 tails. Not by himself, but with the ceiling tags. You could argue that he wants to use the ceiling tags rather than beat him himself. But I would argue 3 tails Naruto.
3 tails.
I don't think he could either. And we know that Deidara, we don't know if Kakashi and Deidara, if they fought, if Kakashi would be able to beat him or not. But Deidara is at least scared of him. I do think at this point Deidara is stronger than Kakashi. But
he's not scared of him. He's just like, he's gonna like, what's it called, stall for more time and stuff.
Well, he does want to separate Kakashi from Naruto, because if he separates them, he can easily take Naruto, is how he thinks.
Yeah, because if they fight together, it'll be harder, because Naruto's literally starts using his Kuruma's power.
Yeah, but like if it wasn't that big of an issue for Deidara, he would just not care that Kakashi's following. He would get away from the battle and then just solo Kakashi in front of Naruto. If he really thinks that little of Naruto.
You think Naruto's just gonna watch?
No, but like, I don't think he's, oh man, I could take Kakashi if Naruto wasn't here, even though I'm trying to separate them because I
That's
could
like
easily take
saying
Naruto.
heavy Sasuke is on Kakashi's level when it's not true.
Okay, well, we're
Because
just talking
Deidara
Naruto.
Huh?
That's just my thoughts on Naruto. We haven't got to Sasuke. I do think Sasuke's pretty strong here. I'd say he's stronger than Naruto as well.
No, I'm saying Deidara and Sasuke were like relative.
Of a later version of Sasuke. To be fair, that later version isn't
that's a
significantly
stronger
stronger.
Sasuke, though.
Yeah.
You
So
can't prove Deidara got stronger.
no, but also Sasuke didn't get significantly stronger when he fought Deidara compared to the beginning of Shippuden.
He got Orochimaru's chakra, so he probably did get strong, and he was
Actually,
training too.
yeah, that is a good point.
He's about to explain it to right now.
Okay.
Like early Shippuden, like if Naruto at this point isn't really up to Sasuke's level of strength, and Sasuke isn't even up to a level of strength where he like messes with Deidara in a more high diff fight in the original timeline, then it's not really looking good for the duo. Even with like the original context, Sasuke would just probably not perform as well in that fight, or maybe not be able to react as well. In which case, Naruto's still the lagging one as he goes through like Rasen Shuriken training and is still weaker than Sasuke. So it's just, it doesn't really seem too good for the duo against Deidara at this point in the series. There's too many jumps to say like Sasuke would be able to perform as well. So I don't really think he'd be able to take it against Deidara at this point. He just needed more training under his belt. And you actually do see like he's training consistently. Like Orochimaru throws an army at him. He even tells Orochimaru, "You're gonna teach me a new jutsu today." So he is learning a lot more, and he's even practicing in secret. For when like he fights Orochimaru, because even Orochimaru knows like he doesn't know the change Sasuke's chakra form. He's never seen it before. So with all this in mind, I don't think they'd be able to beat Deidara at this point. There's just too many strength differences. Even if I gave you like Naruto makes like 1,000 QB clones, Deidara plays a ranged game, and Naruto can't really touch him. You know what I mean? Like if
well, we know that Naruto can throw his clones into the air like a ladder in order to fly.
Yeah.
That's what he done, and not only the fillers, but in the movies.
And he did it versus Sasuke too. Final Valley.
Oh yeah, when he made a lasso. Yeah, that's I like that. He lassos up with the clones to lasso Deidara to the ground. I like that. Yeah, I feel like they could. Even if Deidara is more skilled than Naruto is able to catch Deidara off guard. Naruto not only has a high luck stat in the data books, but he literally catches everyone off guard. Even Kakuzu, who's significantly faster than Naruto.
He only caught Deidara off guard because Deidara was focused on doing other things, and he had no arms.
What was he focused on at the time?
Wait, which part are you talking about?
The part where Naruto comes behind Deidara, knocks him off the tree, and then Rasengan's
Wasn't he
it's
trying
a
to
clone.
escape and stuff? Because he had no arms?
Yeah, and then he didn't escape.
Yeah, he was trying to escape because he had no arms. That's why.
Okay. He had one arm, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
I thought Kakashi like zapped it away.
Kakashi Kamui one arm away. And technically,
when
he did escape.
Team Guy comes
Guy
in,
got him. Yeah.
Deidara literally has no arms.
Maybe he found an arm then, because I'm pretty sure he had one arm. I'd have to go back and double check. Oh, you know what? I think he had the arm, but Gaara crushed it earlier. I don't know if that was the same arm. I think that was a different arm. So I think he might technically be armless. He still has the arm.
Because Gaara crushes it, and then Kakashi destroys his other one.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Naruto isn't either. Next up, we have Sasori. I think Sasori is quite literally the same thing. I'm gonna be honest. Naruto's very susceptible to Sasori's poison. We see Sakura, who studied Sasori's poison.
I think Sasori pretty easily is soloing them. Sasori is winning this.
Wait.
So I actually have some data books saved. This is pretty fun. I showed this on the podcast as well.
Let's see.
So these data books show the speeds of the Akatsuki. So Sasori is a 4.5 in terms of speed. And then we scroll down.
What about Deidara? 4.5.
Yeah, Deidara is 4.5. Itachi 5, Kakuzu 4, Kisame 4. And he gives his reasoning if you want. For anyone watching after the fact, you can pause to see his like reasoning.
All right, now we gotta look at Sasuke and Naruto's speeds.
Sasuke speed. This is for the Itachi 5. Well, let's see what this is.
No, it's early.
This will work. So Naruto's speed is a 3 here, which is especially crazy considering Sasori's. Well, I don't think it is actually, but what is? Oh, that's not.
Naruto cannot be that slow.
So here, again, interesting. Naruto has a 3.5 in taijutsu. Chiyo has a 4.5 in Taijutsu. Naruto
Bro,
and Sasuke are equal in
Naruto
strength.
was handling Chiyo, bro.
And Chiyo is faster than Naruto in the data books.
That is cap.
Well, hang on. But remember, at the beginning of this arc, they have a little skirmish. And it is consistent with this. Chiyo.
Yeah, and Naruto was doing. He was actually handling Chiyo.
No, Chiyo was.
He legit was.
Naruto was trying to attack Chiyo. Chiyo was easily holding her own. In fact, I would argue Chiyo pushed. I'd argue Chiyo pushed Naruto back.
I'll have to see that shit all over again.
It's not there. Is this one here? Okay, that was not there either. Well, it's in the manga. But anyways, this is pretty fair because Chiyo's a 4, Sasori is a 4.5, so Sasori's faster than Chiyo, and Chiyo's faster than Naruto. So Naruto is at a 3.5, and Sasuke, we just saw, was at...
Wait, where's Sasuke's?
Sasuke's are right here. Sasuke, in terms of speed, is at a 5, but that's the Itachi fight.
You don't got his speed for the others? Well, Sasuke was so fast for Deidara, and Deidara is faster than Sasuke.
Let's see. No, I don't. Kakashi is a 4.5 at this point, and I don't think Sasuke is faster than Kakashi at this point. So I would say Sasuke at most is a 4.5, probably a 4. I'd say he's equal to Lady Chiyo in terms of speed. And that'd be faster than Naruto and Sasuke. And Sakura, I should say. But you're also underrating Chiyo. Keep in mind, she was like relative to Hanzo, who was stronger than the Sannin at the time.
Wait, why
like
was
they were fighting
why
back
was
in the
she
day.
relative to the Hanzo?
Because she was fighting with him all the time, as well as Tsunade.
When was that stated?
Let's find it. Chiyo versus...
I feel like that is cap.
Well, maybe...
I know I read what's it called. She made like antidote for his poison and stuff, but fighting him, that's cap.
That's a good point. Talked about Tsunade. Maybe she didn't fight. Okay, 531.
Yeah, all he says is she made like antidotes for his poisons and stuff.
This person says 531. Let's see if I can quickly find it. Need antidotes, blah, blah, blah. Mifune, stay with the Shinobi, blah, blah, blah. Wish I knew where in the chapter it was. Just trying to find Lady Chiyo. Blah, blah, blah. Controls Venomous Salamander. I fought him many times in my day. There you go.
Interesting.
All right.
But why does that mean she's relative to him?
Because they fought several times in a war where they're trying to kill each other. And neither of them died.
Help?
Does it say she had?
Well, she did create antidotes, though.
She knows how to concoct the antidote. It didn't say she did make the antidotes.
Bruh.
Plus, she knows how long it takes for the salamander to work.
Yeah, because she fought the salamander.
Yeah, so she knows his secrets when she didn't before. So there you go.
Alright, we'll give her that shit.
So the point is, Chiyo is pretty understandably... I know it sounds ridiculous, because it is ridiculous. But at this point, Chiyo is just a little better than beginning of Shippuden Naruto. Considering it was like, for the first like 2 to 3 arcs, you could argue, the whole point of Naruto's thematics in those arcs was just the fact that he's weak. And that he needs Kurama. And that he needs to overcome that. So, I think it's pretty fair. Lady Chiyo's a little stronger than Naruto here. And Lady Chiyo, by herself, was unable to beat Sasori. So, it really... Sasori's definitely being able to beat Naruto. If he can beat up Sasuke, that's pretty hard to say. But I will say, I don't think Sasuke is too much stronger than Naruto, even though what we saw was Sasuke versus a weakened Team 7. So Naruto was still weakened from having gone Four Tails. Sakura was still poisoned by the Four Tails. And we'll just say Yamato was weakened from having to steal the Four Tails or something. I don't know. Maybe he fought. I forget. I'll say he was weakened too. So I don't think Sasuke is too much stronger.
Yeah, I probably agree.
He's still stronger, just not that much stronger. And we just saw, comparison-wise, he's probably like a 4 or 4.5. So he's at, if you really want to give it to him, he's at max as fast as Sasori. But even then, he uses one Chidori or Chidori stream to maybe break the puppet. I don't think that's breaking the puppet. You probably need a Naruto's Rasengan to break the puppet.
He also could use Kirin.
That's a good point. And there's no way Sasori can dodge that.
He doesn't need Chakra for that either.
Well, he does need Chakra to perform it if there's not already a Storm Cloud. And the fight would have to go on for a while. And with Sasori's poison, I don't think the fight's going on.
When he meets Team 7, it felt like he was about to do the Kirin Jutsu, but Orochimaru stopped him.
Well, also, when he did that, he covered his whole body in Chakra, saying that it was going to take a significant amount of Chakra to do it without any clouds in the sky already.
Yeah.
Okay. So he would have to start off the fight with Kirin, which would be out of character. Plus, he doesn't want to kill anyone at this point of the story, which is weird. Really, kind of inconsistent, considering whatever. It's fine. He did kill Deidara. Deidara's literal Paris.
He was the good guy at first.
I think
before he what's it called, realized Itachi's story.
I think it's fair. It's completely fine in his character that he was going to kill Team 7. Again, he said it was on a whim or whatever. So the difference between Team 7 and random civilians is that Team 7 are ninja who are like known to die in the line of combat. So they're just doing their job. So it's okay to kill them in that instance. They're like already prepared to die, unlike a random civilian. It's like, this is kind of a terrible scenario either way, but it's like killing a soldier versus killing random people like in a city. Kind of. Like the soldier is not expected to die, but you would not. Okay, you get where I'm going with this. Before I sound like a terrible person. Yeah. Okay.
Sasuke with the curse mark, and this actually extends to like Sasuke Retsuden, when like Sakura's even surprised there's a poison that exists that can even.
This is a good point. Sasuke does have curse mark.
Like Sasuke might have some level of immunity to Sasori's poison, but Naruto's just not the case. In which case, Naruto does.
Sasuke does have poison resistance from Orochimaru.
That is true.
Whether he has specifically Sasori's poison resistance is another question, but he has at least some level of poison resistance. Naruto does not, though. And they're not able to create an antidote.
Iron sanding, having poison coating on it, that it's almost hard to say, like for Naruto's case, because he's the most lagging in this encounter, that he's not going to get tagged. Maybe you could argue he shields himself with shadow clones and all that.
I was going to argue, yeah, Naruto.
With that level of combat,
it's kind of like versus Kidomaru. Naruto's not doing much in this fight. He's at most using clones as diversionary tactics or distraction. And Sasuke has to do the most.
Doesn't Naruto have giant Rasengan at this point?
No, he has big ball Rasengan, which is just a little bigger.
Which could destroy all of Sasori's puppet.
You think so? I mean, it was enough to take out 30% Itachi. But like...
What's it called? His puppets have no durabilities.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
What do you mean? It took Sakura's punch to destroy it.
And then Chio's little puppets with one slice.
Oh, you mean? Oh, you mean his like?
No durability.
You mean his 100 puppets? Yeah, his 100 puppets have no durability. I'm talking about his main shell, like what he starts with before he gets to his red-haired human.
Chidori and Rasengan could definitely destroy that easily.
I don't think so. I mean, Chidori is a stabbing thing. It doesn't have destructive capacity. Rasengan, you could argue. It depends if you consider Rasengan near the same level as Sakura's punches, which I don't at all in terms of destructive capacity.
I don't see why it would be different.
It could probably make a hole. I feel like
Rasengan is more of a AP thing, while Sakura's shit is like DC.
Yeah, I agree. And same with Chidori. So it would probably make a hole in the puppet. I don't think it's destroying the puppet. Like, Sakura made the puppet unusable.
You know, again, this Sasuke's a lot weaker than the one that fought Deidara. Maybe not a lot weaker, but again, like unquantifiably weaker. So it's kind of hard to gauge him. I will say Sharingan's a very good matchup against Sasori. It's gonna be able to see his heart, see his chakra threads, gonna be able to cut all that. In which case, you know, Sasuke might have an advantage with all those factors. It's just kind of like Naruto doesn't make up the difference. And it's like okay, maybe think like Sakura, right? Sakura just gets clowned on by Sasuke and she's able to compete with Sasori. There's a bit of evidence to say like she's kind of mentally am during that fight, along with the fact that she's still recovering from Nine Tails poison when she got like stunned on by Sasuke. I'm not saying she's stronger than him, she's not, but like the Nine Tails is afflicting her and Naruto when they do get dominated by him. This isn't even talking about like Sasori's 100 puppets or how like his own puppet body is like much stronger than the third Kazekage puppet. So it just doesn't seem likely. They don't really have too much to deal with the Iron Sand. There is some evidence to say maybe the Iron Sand's like weak to Raiton, but again, like it's not like Sasuke's gonna slam his Chidori blade into it and like the Iron Sand's gonna dissipate. It's just not gonna happen. So for these reasons, I just don't think like it's
That's a good point. The Iron Sand would probably take him out.
Another way to look at it is
It's gonna take out like all 1,000 clones Naruto has, and Sasuke's gonna have to be real careful to dodge it. I think Sakura is only able to dodge it because she was under control of Chio at the moment, but I'm not sure if she was under control of Chio at that moment. Honestly,
Sakura was definitely on her own.
Okay, I'm surprised Sakura was able to dodge it. It kind of felt like a plot.
Well, Sakura was literally taught how to dodge things by Tsunade.
Oh, was she? I don't remember that at all. I'll just have to take your word.
Her whole thing is, what's it called? Medical ninjas can't die in battle.
That's a good point. Okay.
So she has to dodge every attack.
Yeah.
Deidara is a debatable topic. I think they're on a similar tier. And there's a weaker Sasuke and the one that can high dip Deidara. And this Naruto's not on Deidara's level. In which case, you know, I think it is kind of telling, along with the fact that Naruto, again, is very susceptible to, like, this poison. So,
plus, Deidara literally says Sasori is stronger than him.
Quite clear yet. And, you know,
I don't know. I think that was just to get Kakashi to help out Sakura and them.
You could argue that.
Even him, like, implied to have thrown the fight at the end of it. So it's just like, you know, there's all this stuff, and, you know, Deidara has his own explanation, but they shouldn't be on the level of these two. And, again, Naruto's just so lagging that it's just not really possible for Sasuke to make up the difference at this point, at least in my eyes. Next up, we have the Tenchi Bridge versus Orochimaru. We also know that Sasuke pre-absorption Orochimaru was weaker than him. He was training in secret, like there's jutsu like he wasn't revealing to Orochimaru.
No, I'm saying Orochimaru takes it.
But he blatantly admits to kidding that take down Orochimaru.
Naruto's playing with Four Tails Naruto. It's not even a fight. And then when
wait, say that again?
Orochimaru is playing with Four Tails Naruto, it's barely even a fight. He's like
playing. He was literally losing.
Orochimaru? He won.
Yes. Nigga, he got caught like 4 or 5 times.
He was having fun.
His body was literally rejecting him because of Naruto.
Not only did he not have his hands, which I guess in this fight he wouldn't have his hands either.
Yeah, he's nerfed, but still.
Like
Naruto was winning that fight.
He's like smiling the whole time. He's playing around with. He's literally provoked Naruto to go Four Tails. And at the end of the fight, he's like, "All right, I'm done with you." He was
getting washed once he went to Four Tails.
At the end of the fight, he just leaves. Like he pins down Naruto, throws him across the battlefield, and just walks away.
I think he shed his skin like 4 times.
I mean, that's fine. That's like saying Naruto used clones 4 times. It doesn't necessarily mean
because was getting, every time he gets hit, he shed his skin.
Okay.
Naruto was basically killing him, bro.
Every time Water Boy gets hit, he turns into water. That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Every time he gets hit by lightning, though, it's over.
I'll give you this. If Orochimaru's trying to kill Four Tails Naruto, I think that's different. Considering his Kusanagi
what was his
blade.
goal in that fight?
There was none. He just wanted to have fun. He wanted to test how strong Naruto is compared to Sasuke. And he said that Sasuke's stronger than Naruto at this point.
Well, he said 3 tails, not 4 tails.
You're right. You're right. So again, I don't think Orochimaru has anything to kill Naruto. Again, Kusanagi blade, the strongest thing in Naruto, wasn't able to pierce him. And he was trying to pierce him. So.
Didn't Orochimaru touch Naruto and his skin started peeling away?
Maybe. I don't remember that, but if he didn't, it probably would if he didn't. I mean, I know Naruto's skin was peeling away, which is why his Four Tails looks different.
He tried to punch Four Tails, and his like body started burning up and stuff.
You're right. Well, he was able to punch Four Tails. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So they both got hurt. Well, even then, I don't think if Orochimaru had to fight Naruto and Four Tails, I don't think Naruto's able to just maintain Four Tails. I think over time, his body would just get so hurt that it just is forced to revert back, and then he's just knocked out and base. Hurt. If not
basically.
Yeah. So I feel like Orochimaru could just wait him out, make him last. And then on Sasuke's end, when I think Karin is saying, "Oh, you killed Orochimaru. You must be so strong." Sasuke does add on that Orochimaru was like in a deathbed at the time. So he's saying that like if Orochimaru was stronger, or just in general, that he is weaker than Orochimaru. He just took advantage of the situation.
Yeah, he's basically saying if Orochimaru wasn't in his deathbed, he would have lost to him.
Yeah.
Well, Sasuke legit lost, even though Orochimaru was in his deathbed. The only time Sasuke won was when he was trying to like switch his body and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But that's like Genjutsu thing. That's not even necessarily Sasuke.
Yeah, he didn't even really beat Orochimaru.
Yeah, just extra weird. I'm gonna let the video play. Camcam's here. She wants to know what the topic is. It's Naruto and Sasuke versus the Shinobi world, aka just random people like the Sound 4 and then some of the Akatsuki. And now we're doing Orochimaru. So let's listen to Thundergod talk about Orochimaru while I go to the bathroom.
They have that training team like Sasuke army. He like asked Orochimaru, he's like, "Are we fighting today? Like, what's going on? Are we about to spar?" And then Orochimaru was like, "Nah." So Sasuke's actually even implied to have fought Orochimaru in the past, and, like trained with him, and still is like making these statements. So Sasuke himself is not on this level. Naruto, on the other hand, let's say because base Naruto's not questionable. Naruto realistically, like 1 through 3 tails is on the same level as Sasuke in my eyes. 4 tails Naruto's always been stronger than Sasuke in my opinion. I don't agree with like anybody who says that Sasuke is stronger than 4 tails Naruto just because Orochimaru was like throwing provocation at Naruto. I think that was just it's ignoring the feat of how strong that 4 tails Naruto actually was. So when you look at that and how 4 tails Naruto only really emerged because Orochimaru was like talking that crazy about Sasuke, and if Sasuke's right here, it might not happen. Now if you do include 4 tails Naruto, I think it still doesn't really give them a confident W because 4 tails Naruto at that point can't discern from friend or foe. So it's not like he's gonna be able to work with Sasuke. Like Sasuke and Orochimaru are actually like equal enemies to him at that point. So like if you were gonna give it to Naruto and Sasuke, you just have to say like Sasuke doesn't fight Orochimaru, waits for Naruto to get angry into the 4 tails, and like waits for them to kind of like even out Orochimaru's body to start to reject him and all this stuff, for him to like run out of stamina a little bit, and then Sasuke jumps him, which is I don't even think Naruto would get to the 4 tails, in which case like Orochimaru's confidently like talking crazy to Naruto even after Naruto like gashed his face in, which is like nothing. So with all this in mind, like it just doesn't seem likely that Sasuke and Naruto would be able to beat this Orochimaru, even combined at this point. Like Orochimaru, it's just like even if his chakra is so strong, even in the 6th stage, so they just really shouldn't be able to beat him. Again, like Sasuke's stronger and he's not able to. That's all you really kind of need to look at, as Naruto's lagging and he's not able to offer up proper support. Next up, we have the Akatsuki suppression arc. Now for starters, I'll be giving Naruto Rasen Shuriken and the fruits of his training, as Hidan and Kakuzu are technically still alive when he attains it. Like Kakuzu only dies around the same time he pulls up to the battlefield against Kakuzu, but I think it's close enough to where like if I give Naruto these abilities, it's kind of fair game. We can start with Hidan, who.
Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Okay. Did he say any new points?
All he was saying was 4 tails will attack Sasuke too, since Naruto's not in control of his own power.
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah. Then we got Hidan next. So we got Orochimaru takes it, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So just to recap, we have Naruto and Sasuke win against Jirobo and Kidomaru, and maybe Tayuya, maybe.
Yeah, and that's a maybe because I don't think he beat her.
Same maybe against Sakon, but probably against Sakon, I'd say.
If it becomes a 1v1, you think they could win?
Well, how did Sakon even fuse with Kiba in the first place?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I think Kiba tried to attack and then he disappeared. And then Kiba didn't know where he was. Then he just appeared out of nowhere into his body. It was when his brother touched Kiba. That's when the other one went inside Kiba's body.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, that was legit weird. Wait, who just joined?
What about you, Cam? Do you think that Sakon would... Okay, and she's gone.
Oh shit.
Anyways, so maybe against Sakon and Ukon.
Right.
I mean, didn't Kiba stab himself just to get them out, and then that worked?
Yeah.
So
Oops.
yeah, I'll just do
Start with
that
that.
and then be careful. Yeah. I mean, Kiba still survived afterward. It's not like Kabuto was able to heal him, so Kiba did have to survive for a prolonged time with that injury.
Wait.
And plus, Kabuto's not too strong. Like, he's pretty strong at this point, but like, it's whatever.
Wait. You said Kabuto?
Oh yeah, Kabuto's the one that beat Sakon and Ukon. If you remember, Kiba had to be saved. Kiba
You
wasn't
mean
able to
wait?
finish him off.
No, it's not Kabuto. What are you talking about? It's Kankuro.
That's what I meant. My bad.
I'm like Kabuto. What?
I was saying Kankuro in my head. I was saying Kabuto out loud. That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think they'll just do that, then be more careful, I guess, and then beat him. I don't know. Maybe. It's a maybe. Kimimaro's taking it. And then Deidara.
1000%.
We said
I think Deidara can take it.
Yeah. And then same with Sasori for sure.
Well, actually, Deidara doesn't have arms, so he probably might not.
Deidara only didn't have arms because of Kakashi. In this case, Deidara would have arms. At least one, depending on when you'd say they fight. Plus, Deidara
When
did
he
have
fights
arms.
Sasuke, he legit has 2 new arms.
Yeah. So it just depends when you want to say they fight.
Yeah.
Sasori takes it. Even if they do beat the first form, they're not beating the second form.
Facts.
And then Orochimaru, yeah, he takes it as well. So now we're caught up to Hidan.
Agree to that.
Alright. Hidan's slow, but he's not too slow. Like, he's the slowest of the Akatsuki.
Yeah, he's not.
But, like, the Akatsuki are still fast. So.
Now for starters, I'll be giving Naruto Rasen Shuriken and the fruits of his training as Hidan and Kakuzu are technically still alive.
So this is huge. Naruto trained like over a year over the course of 3 days. I don't think he just got Rasen Shuriken. I think he got significantly faster as well. I think
Wait,
this
say that
is
again?
Naruto got significantly faster from his Rasen Shuriken training, in my opinion.
Yeah, he definitely did.
All right, cool. Because he was pretty weak at the beginning of Shippuden. He needed this training just to catch up. So he like caught up in all of his stats because of this training. This is basically the time skip worth of training.
The whole thing of the training is to catch up to Sasuke and to surpass Minato.
Yeah, that's a good point. Which is, he literally says in the fight that beating Kankuro is like a step to catching up or surpassing beginning of Shippuden Sasuke. So yeah.
And then he said something about Kakashi. You said something about I'm the only ninja that could surpass Minato.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know anything about Minato or how strong he is. He just knows he's like the strongest in the village at some point in time because he's Hokage. That's what Naruto describes a Hokage as in episode 1. Just doesn't know much about Minato though, specifically. Yeah. Anyways, Hidan.
Start with Hidan, who quite frankly kind of gets stomped out here with the combined might of this Naruto and a Sasuke who, this Sasuke should be much more comparable to the heavy Sasuke that fought against Deidara. We can just honestly say he's almost as strong, as the time frame is much closer than like the start of Shippuden. So you have a Sasuke who Naruto thinks he's like caught up to, which he hasn't at this point. Clearly he's not as strong. The same Naruto also approaching on Kakashi's level of strength via Kakashi himself noting this. Now, I'll say this, I've never thought this Naruto would beat Kakashi one-on-one, nor do I think he has like a nuanced arsenal. He doesn't have
I agree.
Kakashi's base arsenal with Sharingan and all his various jutsu.
Even if Naruto's stats are relative to Kakashi, Kakashi has more skill, experience, IQ than Naruto.
He's above Kakashi?
No, he's not above. He's like relative to.
What Rasen Shuriken he is?
Okay. Anyways, you're gonna be mad at me for this. Because this is like filler within a filler. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Filler wasn't a filler.
I'm just saying. I'm
What the
just
fuck?
saying.
Nah.
I'm just
Get this
saying.
filler out, bro. That's why you don't use filler as evidence. What is this?
Like
A filler is filler.
Nah, yo,
Like-
take this out.
Okay.
Ain't no.
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
am I surprised? No.
Nah, that is not true.
I mean, it happened. What can I say? So not only
He
is it
was
filler,
literally fighting Kakashi hand to hand equally.
so it's actually 3 levels of fillers. It's first of all, it's filler. Second of all, it's Tsunade's infinite Tsukoyomi dream. Third of all, it's Tsunade's version.
That one is not filler though.
Well, okay, then it's 2 levels. So it's
in the manga.
in that case,
they just like.
well, the point is it
skip
doesn't
it.
happen. So first of all, it's Tsunade's infinite Tsukoyomi dream. First of all, so it's already inaccurate. Second of all, it's Tsunade's interpretation of what Jiraiya's book would have been. So it's not only
She probably did read it.
it's like 2 levels of fantasy. First of all, it doesn't happen because it's a dream. Second of all, in the dream, it doesn't happen because it's a fantasy. It's like a fiction book within a dream. Within a fictional series. It's crazy. Anyways.
I believe this is more so in reference to just Rasen Shuriken being stronger than anything in Kakashi's arsenal, which is supplemented by the fact that Kakashi literally double backs on this statement right after he finds out Naruto can't use this jutsu consistently. But the bottom line here is that Sasuke is stronger than a Naruto who was approaching Kakashi's level of strength, which can lead us to make some easy deductions about him versus Hidan. I don't think Hidan would ever tag him via Sharingan. The fact that Kakashi never once gets tagged by Hidan, I think just speaks volumes about how the same thing would go with Sasuke, who is much more likely to just straight up decapitate him via Kenjutsu. So I don't even think Naruto is entirely necessary.
Interesting.
Hidan's stats just aren't anywhere near the Sasuke's, or if like they were comparable, Sasuke just has such a more nuanced arsenal and can amp himself via the curse mark. So even base to base, if they were somewhat relative, it just wouldn't be a fight. Then you have Naruto.
Well, Asuma was able to decapitate Hidan. I forget if Shikamaru helped at all in that fight.
Who?
I think he did. Asuma.
Oh shit! Hidan was literally under shadow paralysis.
Yeah, okay, then definitely he did help. I don't know if Asuma would have been able to take Hidan 1v1. I don't think he would have.
Nah,
think
Asuma
so.
would have lost.
Yeah. And so people also underestimate Asuma. Can I just say Asuma was like comparative to, and Camcam, you know where I'm going with this. He was comparative
Asuma's
to
literally
Dawn.
Kakashi and Guy level.
Kakashi is stated the strongest in part 1, but I think before that Asuma was the strongest, before Kakashi. Because he was relative to Dawn.
being like one of the guards
third
or whatever.
war. Yeah, the gold and silver generals is what Asuma is.
Yeah.
Wait, what? How does that put him above Kakashi?
Well, again, because
No, he was
Dawn,
before.
Dawn was that's brothers. I need.
What was Wait, what are you guys talking about?
So in the third war, Dawn and Asuma received the title of the Gold and Silver Generals because of their overwhelming strength in the war, similar to how Minato got the title. Is this it? Maybe. Anyways,
I think we found the chapter, but I don't remember what chapter it is where it's talked
Are you
about.
talking about when he was like fighting for the monks and stuff?
there we go. No, in the third war, maybe the second war, they earned the title general because they were just so strong. So this is compared to Minato, who got like the yellow flash because he was strong, or the run on sight order. So I think Dawn had over 1,000 confirmed kills through his like ghost jutsu. So he's like the generational prodigy before Minato, and then Asuma was relative to him.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, this is after Asuma's prime. But let's keep in mind, Asuma's also the child of who was stated to be the strongest god of Shinobi, Hiruzen, in his prime. Revered by who? Who knows? But revered nonetheless. And so yeah. At the very least, I think Asuma is underrated. He's stronger than people say.
Asuma is literally on the level of Kakashi and Guy.
Later on in the story, yeah, when he in his weakened older form nerfed older Asuma is. I think Asuma was stronger than Kakashi for a time. But anyways.
Who could just simply aid him with his clones and all the absurd trickery he can do with
At this point, he's not.
Naruto's clone game, it's top tier. He's brolic with them clones. The plays he pulls off.
Anyways, Hidan beats him, and then Hidan's like scrapping with Kakashi as well. And then he's scrapping with Shikamaru as well, but like Shikamaru isn't weak either. So, Hidan's good.
Really somewhat underrated. Check out my Eternal Rivals versus the Akatsuki video where we talk a lot more in depth on Kakuzu as a character. And his
Oh, but that was all of what he said for Hidan. I feel like I missed all of it because I was just talking the whole time. All I'm saying is I saw part 1 Naruto solo Hidan. So, that's all I need to say.
Sure.
I saw it happen. We saw it all. Okay. So
A dream within a dream within a fantasy. Okay.
after Kakashi Raikiri, one of his hearts, and it's not like Kakashi Raikiri any Earth style heart because that doesn't exist. The Earth style is Kakuzu's own abilities. That was simply the water heart that got taken out. So Kakuzu doesn't really use his strongest attribute in the fight consistently via the counter being present, which I believe would be the same thing for Sasuke. We'll talk about.
Okay. This would probably be the longest debate considering Noodles scales Kakuzu above Pain. Crazy. But just before we even listen, who do you have in this one? ATG. Do you think Naruto and Sasuke beat Kakuzu?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Kakuzu,
especially if once he combines like the wind, fire, air, and what's it called, lightning.
Yeah.
I meant water and lightning.
I will say, Sasuke is like the perfect counter to Kakuzu, considering Kakuzu uses a lot of earth release jutsu, and then Sasuke uses lightning release. Just like Kakashi. He did say something like that. But also, Kakashi was getting overwhelmed by the 5 hearts. And these 5 hearts are very strong. Like, this is like 80 years of him hunting down the strongest shinobi. So each of these hearts are way stronger than they were in the war arc, where he just used random shinobi from the war. So this is like the strongest version of Kakuzu.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess I just skipped over that part.
It's fine. Well, also he's nerfed because of Edo Tensei in the war arc as well. So he's like double nerfed. But like a lot of people are nerfed in that arc. It's weird. War arc scaling is ridiculous. Sasuke can break through his diamond armor. Naruto can't besides Rasen Shuriken. Naruto did catch him off guard from behind with the Rasen Shuriken. But first, Naruto did lose against Kakuzu with the Rasen Shuriken, and Kakashi had to bail him out. In this case, you could say Sasuke would just replace Kakashi and bail him out, but that's assuming they even get to the part where like they take down a few hearts and then he transforms anyways, which I don't think would happen. Kakashi was the only one to survive Kakuzu and Hidan's weird like double duality move ability thing. I don't know how he just tanked it, I guess. But also in this case, Hidan's not there, but I guess he could just replace Hidan with the heart. I don't know. But Hidan was also immortal, so I don't think he would waste a heart like that. Anyways, with 5 hearts, these hearts can also fly. Naruto's going to have to be extremely lucky in order to catch Kakuzu off guard. I will say, it's stated that where Kakuzu uses the diamond morph, he's unable to move his body. The only reason I would imagine them saying this would be them saying Kakuzu's joints are not covered in diamond morph, even though it looks like it. Kakuzu is able to move his body through his joints. So just like in Fire Force, how you attack characters through their joints and that's like a weakness, I think they could just do that here for Kakuzu. I think that is a weakness. Yeah.
But with the Rasen Shuriken being so big, I mean, that wouldn't be feasible, I don't think. Well, for Naruto to do anyways.
Assuming Naruto can land Rasen Shuriken on Kakuzu, it's taken all of the hearts in Kakuzu's body. But if other hearts are still around, then they're still having a fight. And then Naruto's going to be out of it because Naruto's going to be hit by Rasen Shuriken too. And just performing Rasen Shuriken is a crazy drain on Naruto. So then Sasuke is going to have to solo the rest of the hearts. Some of the hearts are way stronger than others, by the way. Like, I forget which hearts are strong and weak, but, like, some of them are being, like, destroyed by Choji, and others are just blitzing Kakashi. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Struggle too much in this fight. Against Kakuzu individually or his hearts. I'll just tackle the hearts really quickly here before I address Kakuzu himself and like some of the ways this fight can go. The hearts themselves shouldn't tag Kakuzu. The only times they attempt or almost tag Kakashi is when they blow up Hidan, who is like running around and trying to swing at Kakashi. Even with that, Kakashi's able to dodge the wind heart. He's able to confidently dodge the fire heart, although he can't like overwhelm it even with his water style as it's being enhanced by the wind heart. Even the fastest heart, the right on heart, is able to be blocked by Kakashi even when he's attempting to save Ino and Choji. And even speaking on Ino and Choji, who are horrible support in this matchup, they're even able to react to the fire heart along with Shikamaru. So, these hearts aren't particularly fast, and I think the fact that Kakashi, who at this point in the series isn't known for his like extreme chakra reserves, even against Pain, we see is very limited. The fact that he's able to continuously use Raikiri along with other jutsu and can continuously react to the hearts, I think is telling. The hearts aren't extremely potent, I will say.
Is this arc before Sasuke kills Orochimaru?
Wait, what?
Does Sasuke have Orochimaru in him at this point?
Which
in this fight?
Which part is this?
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know.
If he's talking about after Orochimaru's death, then yeah.
Yes. This fight, Naruto kills Kakuzu before Sasuke kills Orochimaru.
Then Sasuke doesn't have Orochimaru then.
Right. Okay, that's good to know.
As even the Lightning Heart matches Kakashi's like dual Raikiri, but I don't think that necessarily matters if it wouldn't hit Sasuke, who is going to have even
I got Kakuzu.
Smart stage 2, which will allow him to fly around and actually pick off some hearts individually. We know from the war arc the hearts actually can be destroyed. We don't have any durability feats, which you could say maybe there's no anti-feats for them either. However, in all likelihood, they probably aren't that strong. To the point they're more durable than Kakuzu's diamond hardening, which kind of got countered already. And Sasuke should be very comparable
maybe.
to Kakashi's
I don't know.
at this point. You might ask, why doesn't Kakuzu absorb?
There's good arguments both ways.
All into himself and fight that at the beginning. My only issue with this is that he doesn't do so really in character at all. He only really goes and fuses with his hearts once they start dropping. Might chalk this up to him wanting to take Kakashi's heart, which he did want to do. However, I think that only came about once he started losing hearts. He's like, alright, I'm gonna take your hearts to replace mine. I don't think that was the intent in the initial bit of the battle. So all Sasuke would really need to do to kind of force Kakuzu into that scenario is just destroy 2 of the hearts. And this isn't even talking about Naruto, who's also going to be able to provide support via the large-scale shadow clones, large-scale Rasengan like the Odama Rasengan. And if Naruto actually does take out a hearts, like if they take out
Naruto also starts in QB mode. So in the normal fight we're in this hypothetical fight, he would just start in base.
Yeah, Naruto's basically amped over here.
Yeah, it's a good point.
He was amped on Kurama, and it was probably like a mental amp too.
Yeah, in this case, in this hypothetical fight, he wouldn't be amped from the wanting to surpass Sasuke because he's fighting with Sasuke, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he only really has like one to fuse with. It's going to be very easy for Naruto and Sasuke to take him on. As we did see Naruto versus Kakuzu when he did have 2 of his hearts. Now, I will grant you that Naruto did have guardrails because the Rasen Shuriken failed. And I do think in this case, Sasuke would be able to provide ample support. Naruto is able to trick Kakuzu with his shadow clones and make maneuvers around him to the point he opens him up for a Rasen Shuriken, which might be even easier as this Naruto was returning from training. Even Kakuzu knows he's a bit disheveled. So I think this is a high diff fight either way, but I think you really just have to...
Oh, that's a good point. Naruto just got back from training, so it's like a buff and a nerf.
And Kakuzu's fused form is in a...
But he got like 2 buffs and 1 nerf. All 3 unquantifiable.
So, if they can press Kakuzu, which I do think they can, as Sasuke will have an easier time, Naruto can just enact some similar strategies to what he did in the canon timeline. All Sasuke really has to do at that point is...
Yeah, I agree with this.
He's even talking about Sasuke and all his abilities.
So it just depends if they can force Kakuzu into the same situation that he got into originally. Even though they needed Shikamaru's strategy to get them into that place in the first place. In this case, they wouldn't have that. So...
Full power Kakuzu is gonna be a hard fight.
Yeah, Sasuke's smart, but I don't think he's that smart.
Yeah, he's not that smart.
What's extra weird is that
because
Go ahead.
Sorry, Shikamaru was able to establish a plan because he already fought him before. So if Shikamaru's not involved in this, then it would be hard to know what to do.
So Sasuke's smart, but he's not Shikamaru level of smart.
Yeah.
Kakuzu's awareness is very, very weird in general during this point. He's able to like be aware that Ino has mind transferred a bird and is watching them like a mile behind them before the start begins, Yet he's not able to hear Naruto's loud Rasen Shuriken behind him when he does Rasen Shuriken. During battle. When he's expecting Rasen Shuriken to be a one-hit kill, so he's watching out for it. So you could argue maybe Naruto is just that fast, or maybe Kakuzu isn't as fast as people say. That is at least an inconsistency. Kakuzu is just weird.
We don't know fully, but that always is a backup option. Even Sasuke kind of alludes to it against Deidara. So there's always that. But I do think Naruto and Sasuke will take this high diff, as Sasuke should be very comparable to the Kakashi that fought Kakuzu. He should have better circumstances, even though I think that Kakuzu is stronger than that Kakashi overall. All Sasuke really has to do is take out a couple hearts for Kakuzu to fuse, and Naruto to take out the remaining hearts. So high diff for the duo. Next up, we have Tail Jiraiya the Gallant, and then we have Naruto and Sasuke versus Pain in the Rain Village, and they get absolutely obliterated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Each path to Pain, like even like the human path, is like even while blind, like clowning base or Sage Mode Jiraiya. So it's just like you have to ask yourself, like, is Sasuke or Naruto on Sage Mode Jiraiya's level at this point? No, they're clearly not. They're just not that strong. This is three of the weaker paths of Pain, I might argue.
We don't need to pause to discuss this. We all agree.
The same monster path, they just blew off Sage Mode Jiraiya's arm. Maybe you could argue like off guard, but still he should have like that base durability. So, you know, Naruto and Sasuke don't really have it against like full power Pain. Even if I argue like the three lesser Pains, I don't even think they'd be able to clear, as this Naruto's outside the village.
Like, you know, Naruto's obviously weaker than Jiraiya at this point. And some people argue, they like debate Jiraiya versus Sasuke at this point in the story. So they're relative. So Pain's winning.
Who's relative?
Jiraiya and Sasuke at this point in the story.
That is not true.
People debate it. People argue that Jiraiya is stronger.
Bruh.
People debate that Sasuke is stronger. So I'm just gonna
It's
say
not
they're
even
relative.
debatable. It's just Jiraiya is literally above Sasuke.
Well, this is the same Sasuke that's going to fight Itachi.
Yeah, Jiraiya is above that.
Do you think Jiraiya is above Itachi?
No.
Okay. So then Sasuke's not above Itachi either.
Mm-hmm.
So both of these characters are below Itachi, so they're relative. That logic doesn't necessarily, but it works enough. Oh my gosh.
No, the scale goes like Sage Mode Jiraiya is above Raikage. Right, V2 Raikage is above base Jiraiya. And then base Jiraiya is above base Raikage.
Why is Jiraiya above the Raikage? Base Raikage?
Because it's stated.
Where?
I'm gonna send you it. Hold on.
Alright.
Hold on. Let me get that shit from my phone.
Cam, what do you think?
And then it just stated that the Hokages are like above all the other Kages, and Tsunade is above Raikage, who Jiraiya is relative to.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
yeah, it's a little crazy.
I guess I haven't heard that argument, so.
Let me find it. Oh, Udi, I sent it. It's in chat.
Jiraiya of Konoha
Stating he's above the 5 Kages.
Incredible power from his time training at Mount Myoboku that have surpassed that of the other nations since the time of the Shinobi Wars. Even now his prestige continues, and he has gone on to be a great master. Where does it say it? It doesn't say it.
You just read it.
What am I reading? Which part?
That have surpassed that of the other nations.
Of the other nations.
It's talking about his power. And then this one states, hold on.
Since the time of the Shinobi Wars. So then the weaker version of the Raikage, not the current Raikage.
Bruh, they literally show stage mode in part 2.
They literally haven't.
You can't even prove Raikage gets any stronger.
Well, assuming that in order to be a Kage,
Alright, look at the other scan.
Stronger than your current level, or?
They haven't been at war in over 10 years, first of all. In the other scan. Yeah, I'll look at the other scan. The legendary Sonic are said to be comparable to the 5 Kage. I think they mean one-on-one. I don't think they mean 3v5. Yeah, I think they mean 1v1.
Well, obviously one-on-one.
Swifty, we need your help on this. How strong is Jiraiya?
No, we do not need Swifty. Swifty is ass, bro. He's just gonna.
No, I want to
about his own a lot, bro.
I don't think I've ever heard Swifty argue his or debate.
Oh boy.
I want to know.
Swifty, just tell us this:
What?
who is stronger, Jiraiya or Sasuke?
Which Sasuke?
Pain arc
Wait,
Sasuke.
you have to say which Sasuke.
You know, like going to fight
Pain arc?
Itachi. Yeah.
I'd like to say Jiraiya, but I'm not too sure.
Okay. Well, you've heard this debate before, though, right?
I can't say I have.
Okay. Look
Ooh,
at
did
ATG's
you
two scans.
Oh, do you realize what's his name? The fuck is that nigga name?
Kabuto?
Sugetsu.
Okay.
Nah, Sugetsu. After he sees MS Sasuke fight, he still says EMS is when they finally surpass Orochimaru.
No, you know that's not the context, right? The context or the
That's
last
literally
wait,
what it is, bro.
the last
He
Sasuke
said we finally surpassed our predecessors.
I know what statement you're talking about. He's talking about the MS Sasuke that initially fought the Raikage. That's the last Sasuke he's seen. He's making
That's not what he said.
that is.
Fight,
He's making
fight,
a knowledge
fight.
claim and based on
Nigga,
his
he
own
sees
knowledge.
EMS Sasuke and says that.
Oh my gosh.
And then Sasuke says, I wonder about that.
He's making a knowledge claim. The knowledge claim is based on
Why would
MS
Sasuke say that, though?
I don't. What did he say?
He says, I wonder about that. Or was that Jugo?
What does that even get you?
Because he's questions if he's even above Orochimaru.
He's not questioning it. What? It's not
I
questioning
just
the
go
statement.
bro. Then what is he questioning?
I didn't say he was questioning anything. The last Sasuke
Yeah.
he's seen is literally the one that initially fought the Raikage. I don't know
Okay,
why
I
you're saying
said
it's a reference
Sasuke's
to the
response was, I wonder about that. To Sugetsu's statement.
So he's wondering if he's above. What does that get you?
Orochimaru.
That doesn't denounce the fact that the last Sasuke he's seen is MS.
That doesn't mean anything, nigga. EMS Sasuke says that.
Are you stupid? Nothing
Oh
in that
my
statement
goodness.
indicates
Yeah,
that is the case.
so rude.
Bruh.
It's debate, Camcam. It gets way worse than this.
Bruh.
Oh, men are the worst.
okay. But ATG.
Nah, Swifty is the worst.
ATG.
Bro.
What about this though? So Kabuto states that Hiruzen is the strongest of the 5 Kage at the time. So then Old Man Hiruzen is stronger than the Raikage at the time. We know when we see the Raikage, he's clearly much stronger than what Hiruzen was at the time. So we know he had to have trained. And he did get massively stronger.
Wait, why is Raikage over Hiruzen?
Why? Because of obvious scaling.
Like what?
Swifty, make my case for me. I'm not doing this.
They literally state the Hokage is above all the other Kages.
I'm not doing
multiple
this.
times.
Okay. Yeah, I guess all Hokages at all times ever are above any other Kage in all of history forever.
Hold on. I got you, bro.
Yeah, so I guess when Naruto was on his deathbed in that one novel when he's sick, he's just stronger than what Hashirama was at that time?
Why wouldn't he be?
What?
They literally said he was light speed while sick. What?
Oh my god.
I sent it though. I sent it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting scan. Okay. So by far the largest Shinobi village. His wisdom and courage are godlike, and he stands at the pinnacle of not only Konoha, but the entire Shinobi world. The village lives and dies with the Hokage. The paths these 4 leaders walked form the history of the village itself. That's for the Hokage. Doesn't say which Hokage, just says the Hokage.
Talking about Hiruzen, obviously, is part 1 statement.
Is that a data book scan?
Yeah.
Well,
that's like from, I think, Databook 1 or some shit like that.
Hiruzen also doesn't control all the ninja in Konoha. Mizuki was a ninja in Konoha and went against Hiruzen, so this is just inaccurate. If this first part's inaccurate, you can't say the second part's reliable.
Dude.
Sir.
Not only that, but Hiruzen has an omniscient, all-seeing crystal orb He basically has the Senrigan in the form of an orb, so he should have been able to just know Mizuki did this.
He did know what?
Yeah, but he wasn't able to stop him.
He was literally watching him do everything.
So then why did Genin Naruto have to save Aruka's life?
What does that have to do with anything? He just had to save him.
Mizuki should have been stopped by, if not Hiruzen, then
Nigga,
controlled by Hiruzen.
Bruh.
Or at least someone Hiruzen sends, like the Anmu. The pride and faith is what makes a man the true Hokage of Naruto. So not their strength, their pride and faith. So Hiruzen has the most pride and faith of any ninja in the village. Okay, great. Moving on.
Naruto, the jutsu that he
This
can't even
nigga.
use consistently, and then just heavy Sasuke, who like took on Deidara, but still like Sage Mode Jiraiya is stronger than Sasuke. So you know, Pain.
He literally just said it. He literally just said Sage Mode Jiraiya is stronger than Sasuke.
Which he is.
Sage Mode, you could argue. We didn't get into Sage Mode. And the point is that it's debatable. Yeah, that was your point. Not
Sasuke couldn't. Sasuke had a hard time with Deidara, bro.
You know what, ATG? Since I don't think you've seen this in Swifty, I don't think you've seen it either. We'll look up Sasuke versus Jiraiya.
Sage Mode Jiraiya might win. I've seen people like Godly argue that he's at least above one of the paths of pain. So it's arguable.
Yeah.
Bro, he's above the Pains individually.
Where's the debates? Not the videos, the debates.
They legit had to catch him off guard.
Oh, so, I got a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jiraiya had to use, I guess, some type of genjutsu to counteract, pain. So would Sasuke be able to do that?
Do what?
Like, from this, I guess, would his genjutsu? Yeah.
I don't think Sasuke has a genjutsu to get pain, bro. He has the Rinnegan. Visual genjutsu doesn't work on them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stated they have mental blocks that block out all genjutsu.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part, ocular genjutsu. So.
Ah. Okay. See, I'm not that educated.
Oh, I have that debate. He won versus Godly. Godly won badly.
I got you.
What are you looking for?
Maybe this, even though it says heavy instead of heavy. But,
oh, it's a V Batman debate. Oh no.
Well, I'll just link it anyways because they probably say points more than what we've said. But there you go, ATG. That's for you for later. All right, back to the video. Anyways, back to the video.
The Rain Village should clear pretty low diff. Next up, we have a fated battle between brothers. We have Itachi. I think Itachi is the same thing as Pain.
Okay. Naruto and Sasuke versus Itachi.
He was demolishing Sasuke in his fight. Sasuke did have a good showing, but Itachi could have ended that fight at any point if he really went full power. The sandbagging was crazy in that fight. That's very self-explanatory. And you know what's interesting, right, is that if you want to take it a step further, Naruto and Sasuke fight like these weakened versions of characters that like dominated their teachers. So like Naruto goes through a training arc. He fights a weakened version of Pain, who beat Jiraiya, and you have Sasuke fighting.
Yeah. So if Itachi's bloodlusted, he's easily winning.
So it's like,
Toby literally says it, and then we see Itachi is able to like consistently put Naruto under genjutsu immediately, so he's just not a threat at all. So, yeah.
That's actually a horrible point. I don't know why you said Pain is weakened. No, I'm talking about the video.
Oh, okay.
Pain was never weakened. I don't know where he got that from.
Did he say Pain?
What do you mean?
After the almighty push? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
nah, he wasn't weakened like taijutsu wise. He was only weakened using his abilities.
No,
that is true.
He's not weakened at all.
He is weakened.
No, he lost chakra, but you know, losing chakra doesn't equate to becoming weaker.
Bro, he couldn't use his abilities. Obviously, he was weakened.
Backing up Swifty here, the like other 5 paths of pain fell over, and then after the ability, they just got back up. So.
Okay.
And then started using all their abilities and everything like normal.
The Diva Path couldn't.
I think it's pretty obviously implied that it's not just a 5-second cooldown between any and all Shinra Tensei blasts. It's just the bigger the blast, the longer the cooldown.
Okay.
Hence why he says like
couldn't
after
use
like
his
5
abilities.
minutes. Okay. Anyways.
If he had his abilities, that fight would be. They would literally lose easily.
Against Pain?
Yeah.
We're about to get into it.
Naruto and Sasuke fight like these weakened versions of characters that like dominated their teachers. So like Naruto goes through a training arc. He fights a weakened version of Pain, who beat Jiraiya, and you have Sasuke fighting a weakened version of Itachi, who would go on to beat Orochimaru.
Well, I think he's not necessarily meaning the almighty push. He's referring to the fact that Pain had to fight the village first. Would you at least grant that, Swifty?
Oh, that wouldn't weaken him either, or at least in my opinion.
Do you think he... Well, he does have a ton of chakra, but do you think he has, like, the stamina to just easily be able to solo the village?
Well... Wait, Pain?
Yeah.
He did solo the village, what?
Wait, I'm saying, do you think it weakened him? Like, stamina-wise?
No, it didn't weaken
Oh,
him.
no.
Because I know he's using literal corpses, so you can't necessarily, like, fatigue them. But they probably do use chakra.
That. It's just Shinobi don't use 100% of their chakra all the time. That's the case. Losing like 5% of it wouldn't matter.
Pain doesn't get nerfed, but Nagato does. And then Nagato controls the Pain, so if he's nerfed, the Pains are nerfed.
Raid.
What's up, Bester?
I'm going over.
Is that victim number 2?
Oh, God.
Raid, you need to fold this man. Fold him.
Alright, just continue with the video, though.
Alright.
That dude called you.
Because this video is too long.
I know. We paused too much.
They display their dominance over the teachers in like the same fight or relative time frames, which is just crazy to think about. So, Itachi's dominating. Even before this, like he puts Naruto under Genjutsu casually. So, Itachi low diffs just as much as Pain does. Sasuke and Naruto just aren't on that level. So,
I do agree with this.
And with the Genjutsu point, I already
Itachi no diffs.
Itachi puts Naruto under Genjutsu twice in Shippuden, and Kurama does not break him out either time. So, it's pretty clear. Next up, we have verse fatigue Pain in the Leaf Village with Intel. So, I'll give Naruto the toads just since like he should be able to summon them. Even like if you argue he could just summon Gamabunta, he does have a it does seem like he has a summoning contract with Gamahiro since he summons him in the war. So like for the sake of like continuity, I'll just give Naruto the toads. Naruto just won't have Ma and Pa, which I also helped mitigate the summons, but they didn't really do too much in the fight. In which case, we have Sage Naruto with the scroll and Taka Sasuke. Now Taka Sasuke is like definitely the weakest character here. Even like the lower paths of Pain at this point are still able to keep pace with Naruto. The Preta path can like move at relative speed.
Definitely is an interesting word.
Hit by the nature energy in the air, like the air punch. So it's like you gotta have to ask yourself, like these paths of Pain, like even while fatigued, are still messing with Naruto. And even though like Naruto's stronger than them individually, the Diva path is out for like 4 to 5 chapters at this point. It's an absurd amount of time. And and the Diva path would have been performing so many KOs had he been present. He would have done like literally the second he comes out, like Naruto loses the fight. And the way I look at this, right? Because Sasuke at this point, he can use the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Not true.
But his just raw stats.
Which point? Which point isn't true?
When Diva Path came, Naruto did not lose automatically. Only when his abilities came back.
Okay.
That's the only time Naruto lost.
Well, even then.
Well, I don't even think he lost. He had to use like that frog as a diversion and shit to catch Naruto off guard.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, in the last movie,
Naruto
in his dream.
Pain's ass.
What about the last movie in the dream where he just pulls like Kid Naruto? Kid Naruto wasn't holding the toad in that dream.
Wait, Kid Naruto?
Yeah, in the last movie.
What are you talking
about? The last movie, Pain Bansho Tenin's Kid Naruto from the tuning exams prelim arena to the destroyed village.
I don't know.
He's not holding the toad.
You probably talking about some filler.
No, it's in the last Naruto movie.
Yeah, some filler.
Whatever, it's literally stated canon.
Just aren't up to par at this point. He's gonna be lacking. He's really just support for Naruto. Maybe you could argue like he summons Naruto's additional clone on Mount Miyamoku. He can help him out in that regard. He also might be able to eliminate a path of pain alongside Naruto before the Diva path recovers. You really have to ask yourself, like, I think the bottom line with this discussion is, can the duo run through every path of pain before the Diva path recovers? Because once the Diva path recovers, I think Naruto and Sasuke blatantly lose. Like, I don't think they have a way to take him down. And the reason I say they blatantly lose is on top of like,
if Pain does use his village blasting almighty push, Sasuke can just reverse summon. So that's not gonna matter in terms of Sasuke.
But you gotta prove Sasuke knows he's about to do that. And then Sasuke doesn't normally do reverse summon inside like actual battle.
Well, what about Sakura or Tsunade? I think it was Tsunade. Tsunade summoned Katsuyu to cover everyone before Pain blasted.
Oh, that's Tsunade though.
Okay.
What does that got to do with Sasuke?
Well, why? Tsunade's stats wouldn't give her the ability to just know Pain's about to do it. And in fact, you can't say that
they literally
Tsunade
see
knew.
Pain, but they literally see Pain building up chakra.
Yeah,
and then that's when
Tsunade says specifically Pain's about to do something. She doesn't know what Pain's about to do.
Yeah, that's why she protected the people.
Okay,
she
so
knew
then
he was about to do something.
Sasuke would be able to see he's building up chakra too. He has the Sharingan, which can see chakra.
When does Sasuke ever reverse summon?
Versus Deidara. Like, probably like 20 chapters before this.
Bruh. That's because, what's it called? What bomb was it? C0, I think.
Okay. So?
C0 different from whatever Pain had.
You'll have to
prove Sasuke would do the same thing again.
Well, I don't have to prove he would. I just have to prove he could. And he could, and it would work.
Well, anybody could reverse summon. Whoever has like a contract.
Goodness.
Doesn't mean it will do it though.
Oh my goodness. Ridiculous.
Wait,
facts,
so your point is that Sasuke wouldn't reverse summon?
Yeah, I'm saying he wouldn't.
Camcam, I'm arguing to a brick wall right now.
I mean, okay, he did it to Manda, and he has another snake. I mean, I guess, yeah, he would be able to, but
that is a good point.
I mean,
he does have another snake. That's a good point.
What
so
is
he
it?
definitely
I can't
could.
remember his name.
At least give me this, ATG. If Sasuke's just so stupidly dumb that he doesn't realize Pain's about to do something, even though he flies up into the sky for 20 seconds, which, by the way, Sasuke could just blitz him with this, like, Orochimaru wings at that time, or Susanoo blast him with an arrow out of the sky while he's building up the chakra. But let's just say Sasuke just stands there in a daydream while he does that.
Wait, why does Pain even need this attack for?
I'm just saying it's an attack Pain can use. So in this instance, he would be able to.
No, he could just universal pull Sasuke and stab him.
Okay. So you're saying it's completely off the table, this attack doesn't even matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He doesn't even need it to beat them.
Okay, well, screw you. I'm going to continue this discussion anyways. So assuming he does do it for whatever reason, he's like, screw it, it's for fun. He does it for fun. And Sasuke just lets him do it for fun. The attack is going to start by hitting the ground first and then working its way out. That's how it worked with the village. It's going to work the same way in this
he could tank it with his Susanoo.
He's not. Okay, first of all, if he does think that for whatever, let's just say Sasuke has an autopsy at this point.
He literally
he has a lobotomy. He's been lobotomized.
He literally tries to tank Gaara, Tamari, Kankuro, all their attacks at once.
Sure. So let's just say he has a lobotomy. He does think he can tank that. What's saying he can't tank that with this Susanoo?
You gotta prove he can. What?
No, you have to prove he can't. It is your burden. You're the one who thinks so.
Pain is stronger than him?
Okay. Does Pain's AP surpass Sasuke's durability with the Susanoo? That's ridiculous.
Sasuke, what's it called? Pain's durability. Pain's attack destroyed the village. and then we pretty sure Sasuke can't even tank Rasen Shuriken.
Okay, so what in the
Which
village?
Rasen Shuriken can't do the same thing.
If you threw debris from the village at Sasuke Susanoo, which piece of debris from the village is piercing Sasuke Susanoo? Because that's your argument right now.
Probably the shit from the ground. No cap.
Yeah, is Naruto's mailbox piercing Susanoo?
The air, what's it called? The pressure of Pain's attack will literally make Sasuke fly away, bro.
That is an argument, because considering the sand
like
from Gaara could pull Madara out, you could use that as an argument. Though I don't think it would work considering Infinite Tsukoyomi was unable to blast through, so I don't think so.
Wait, what?
Well, okay, not only was Infinite Tsukoyomi not only able to shine through.
Oh yeah, because he had the Rinnegan.
Oh my. So okay, so his Susanoo durability is just stronger with the Rinnegan. You can't argue that, sure.
No, that's not it. The Rinnegan helps him. What's it called? With the Genjutsu. Zetsu literally says this.
Now, you could argue that his Susanoo is darker, so it's like thicker because his chakra is colder.
That's not why.
Okay. Anyways. Anyway. There was one more point I wanted to make. Oh yeah. I don't think this would work because if he could have been blasted out of it from wind, then Danzo's Chimera elephant that like sucks in with wind would have blown out or would have pulled in Sasuke and left his Susanoo behind. Instead, it just like pulls his Susanoo and him at the same time. It might have pulled just his Susanoo, but I think it was pulling him as well. I think it was like the wind was like pulling his hair and like he put his arms up. I think it was pulling him. He just No, Sasuke when he fought Danzo, and Danzo summoned his elephant that was like used the power of sucking wind.
Oh yeah, it was ripping Sasuke's Susanoo.
Yeah. So I don't think you can argue. I mean, I don't think so. I can see the argument.
Bruh. If you want the scans, I can send you.
No, we're good. We just keep going with the video.
Taking a hit from him in the manga strictly. And then stealing the Nine Tails. The Diva Path goes on to fight Sage Mode Naruto again and waste his Sage Mode energy. So it's kind of like, okay, you have him like, even if Naruto's like Sage Mode had continued from that point, we kind of do see that it would have ran out. After the Diva Path had expended like more energy and Nagato had expended much more chakra. Because you even see after the Chibaku Sensei, he's throwing up blood and stuff like that. Like it did take a toll on him. So if like the fight does kind of go in an original route, like you have to ask yourself, like Sasuke going to 1v1 the Diva Path. It just doesn't seem likely. And even a Madarasu.
That's crazy for him to give Naruto the fact that Minato could just come in this instance. That's crazy that he's gonna give him that in this hypothetical.
Wait, what?
But I love it.
He said Minato would what?
That Minato could come and save Naruto against Pain in this hypothetical. I mean, I guess you can give it to him, but that's ridiculous that he's giving
when
that.
He goes into like the Nine-Tail form?
I don't think he said night. I think he just said in general. Well, he might
not. That's the only way Minato could appear.
Yeah.
You have him like, even if Naruto's like Sage Mode had continued from that point, we kind of do see that it would have ran out. After the Diva Path had expended like more energy and Nagato had expended much more chakra. Because you even see after the Chibaku Sensei, he's throwing up blood and stuff like that. Like it did take a toll on him. So if like the fight does kind of go in an original route, like you have to ask yourself, like Sasuke going to 1v1 the Diva Path.
Well, whatever.
It just doesn't seem likely. Even a Madarasu, like it would be useful against some of the paths, I will argue. But again, like the Preda Path should be able to dodge it. I
hate Discord does that.
Wait, where did you hear Minato?
I might have imagined it. Because I was thinking of things in my head after the fact.
Nah, he never said Minato.
So, okay, the only reason I thought of that is because I was thinking, man, it's so weird how Naruto was able to just spawn in Sage Mode after the Nine-Tails thing, considering his Sage Mode clones poof. So I was thinking, well, what if not only did Minato restore Naruto's seal, but he also gave Naruto Sage Mode? Like, assuming Naruto hadn't learned Sage Mode at that point.
That is cap.
Okay, then how did Naruto spawn in Sage Mode?
Minato never gave Naruto Sage Mode.
No, I'm saying after I'm saying in the Pain fight, after he restored Naruto's seal. He gave him Sage Chakra.
Yeah, he never gave Naruto Sage Mode back.
Okay, then why did Naruto spawn?
No, Naruto legit gathered nature energy.
He was immediately in it. He poofed.
No, he wasn't.
I promise you. I'm gonna go to the chapter.
He literally leaves the thing. Naruto's in base, then it moves on, then he goes back into Sage Mode.
I don't know where it is. I'm gonna guess 550.
Because the
Bro,
Nine Tails
me and
was like, yeah,
Irosani
I
were
let it
literally
happen. That was
debating
inside.
this shit. It's probably like, what chapter would it be?
Persona final version, probably way before that. Fukasaku's
I feel like
proposal, Naruto returns, Hinata's
Excuse me,
confession, Ross and Shuriken versus Shinra Tensei. The answer is, so this is going to be the end. Yeah, okay, that's the end. So we're close.
Bro, what chapter? What manga shit are you using? That shit look dirty.
I used the first one on Google.
It's like
Bruh,
chapter,
this is.
what?
Why does it look like that?
I don't know. Okay, so this is it. With Naruto in
Nah,
Sage mode,
go
it's time for
back.
the final battle. I will go back one chapter. We will see. So
440.
this is.
Alright, watch.
He's in his Nine Tails. He's in Kurama. He's in base. And when he goes into Kurama, like when Hinata comes, he's in base. And then he poofs his shadow clones when he turns into Nine Tails. Oh, also, I know this is Shadow, but look. You can interpret this as him going Sage mode right here. This is Minato going Sage mode. And you can interpret that. Okay,
I will not allow that.
Okay.
Okay, well, in 440...
he does it again! This is him transferring it to Naruto! Look! Okay. This is going down to the bottom of the chat. So he reseals the Nine Tails. Thank you, Dad. Nine Tails
Naruto's still in base.
There's Naruto.
And then goes into Sage mode.
What do you mean?
Minato
What do you mean? Okay, this is the only panel that you can even come close to arguing this.
Okay, alright. He does a seal. Naruto's in base. Look, Naruto's in base.
What do you mean?
No, look
where
up.
He says thanks, Pa.
Yeah, he's literally in base.
Is this base Naruto?
What,
is this the face of
Bro,
base Naruto?
You can't even see this.
I know, that's what I know, exactly.
Bro's dragging it.
So what do you mean? Yeah, he's in base
right here. Thank you, Dad. He's literally in base.
He's still
after he sealed the thing.
He's still inside of Kurama.
We're going to the anime. Already disappeared.
We're going to the anime. He disappeared inside of Kurama when he's still inside of Kurama.
Okay, Minato didn't give him Sage mode. Naruto literally had to gather that shit.
He did not. You are such a liar. Okay, this is the game, anyways. Is this the anime? Yeah. Okay, so he is still. This is still the realm of Minato. He is in the Minato realm right now.
Okay, he's in base. Minato already did his thing. And then, wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Disappears.
Yeah, tell me when to stop waiting. I'll wait all day if I have to. I'm still waiting. And Nine Tails gone. And there's Naruto somewhere around here. And there's Naruto. Okay, so
you realize you could just say while Naruto is doing all that, he's gathering nature energy.
This is the only anime part where you could argue.
Bruh. No, because Minato already disappeared and Naruto's still in there. You could just say he's gathering nature energy there.
Anime or manga? Which one you using?
You're stretching it, bro.
You got manga or anime?
Do that shit himself.
No, he didn't.
Bruh.
All I'm saying.
Nah, you are trying.
All I'm saying.
This is dragging that shit.
That looks like Sage Mode Naruto to me.
Bruh, you're dragging.
Alright. So, get out of all that.
Does try to use it. We do see that the Diva Path, the anime doesn't really make this clear, but when you look at the manga, Nagato or Pain is like able to expand his pupils and go into like a chakra sensory mode. we see this. He's able to sense the barrier in surrounding Konoha. He's able to assess how much sage mode
That's
energy
kind of
like,
crazy.
Naruto has left in his body, and deduced that his sage mode had run out. Nagato also blatantly senses Itachi using Amaterasu before he uses it against Naruto and when brought back as Edo Tensei. So I would even make the case like if Pain does know about Amaterasu at this point, which there is general lore for it, like even the Cloud Village does know. So I feel like you could make a good case for it. Pain would be able to, whether it be the Diva path like repel it, or maybe the Preta path tries to absorb it. I think that's a big problem as well. So I don't even think Amaterasu is the most useful, as it also fatigues Sasuke very quickly, as he's very injured at this point. His fighting style has been reworked. He's just not the most useful. So I think wherever you go to is like an absolute highest difficulty fight, but I'm definitely leaning towards Pain still, just due to how Naruto had all these factors, even had Monpa supporting him, and he still lost, and the Diva path was still able to continue to go blow for blow and run out his Sage Mode counter once again. So I kind of lean towards Pain in this encounter. I think it could be high diff either way. If you think otherwise, that's entirely fair. Next up.
I mean, I think Naruto and Sasuke beating this Pain. You got Sasuke with Susanoo. Sasuke with Susanoo arguably already by himself beating Pain.
Okay, but
that is not true.
Kakashi wasn't able to dodge out of the way. He had to use Kamui.
How is Sasuke beating the animal path? That's the real question.
The same way Itachi did. Just use Amaterasu like once.
Okay.
You realize only the Diva path is able to push Amaterasu off. Amaterasu's working on any of the other paths.
Yeah, and then the other path to absorb that shit.
What if Sasuke starts going blind in this fight?
He can use it like 20 times. He used it like 20 times against Danzo.
What Sasuke is this anyway?
This is Danzo fight Sasuke.
Oh yeah, Sasuke definitely going blind.
Okay, he can go blind and still win. I don't care if he goes blind.
How?
Shoot, make him blinder than a doornail. I don't care. I don't care about long term. I care about this fight. Well, anyways, with Naruto, who literally already beat Pain on his side, he's winning.
Yeah, they might. I don't know. Maybe it's mainly because of Naruto, not Sasuke.
That's crazy. I would argue Sasuke, 5 Kage Summit Sasuke is stronger than 5 Kage Summit Naruto.
That is not true. They are literally stated equal.
I mean, not only the anime where they go equal after Sasuke fights Danzo versus fresh Naruto, but then in the...
Why is Naruto fresh? He was literally poisoned.
Oh,
and then whenever he fights Sasuke, he never goes all out. He never uses his real power.
Goodness. You mean the poison?
That is just fact. Huh?
You mean the poison that Naruto didn't show absolutely any effects of at all until like after Sasuke left?
Okay, but you know when Naruto fights Sasuke, he never fights him to kill.
Okay. Well, also, Naruto's resolve or answer in this fight is that if they fight, they will both die.
Huh?
So, that was literally Naruto's like entire arc in this 5 Kage Summit arc, is that if Naruto and Sasuke fight, they will both die.
What's it called? Naruto talks about it with Hagoromo, and he says he sensed Indra and Sasuke at that point.
At that point, not in the 5 Kage Summit.
Yeah, he literally has a flashback to when he's talking to Sasuke and the other, what's it called, Leaf Shinobi. He says he sensed Indra and Sasuke. That's why he said they'll both die. Well, that's why he said you can't beat Sasuke with just power.
You'd have to show me that. That's a pretty crazy interpretation.
I'm gonna grab it. Hold on. I'll be back, though.
You know what? Bet. I'm gonna wait for this, because that sounds interesting. Cam, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
That's pretty good. Do you want to watch stuff after? Well, it is pretty late. Maybe not tonight.
Yeah, probably not tonight.
Okay. Well.
But, yeah.
I guess we can...
How was your day? Did you have a very busy day?
I did. I worked, and then I went out, and then I went to a friend's house, and then I went to the store.
Well, you're a little busy bee.
I am a busy bee. I just got home, like, at 10 o'clock at night. Ugh.
Oh, gee, are you exhausted?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In the middle of ATG saying, yeah, we can stream tonight, I was in the middle of texting him, being like, yeah, we don't have to do it tonight.
And then you're like, okay.
Well, then he texted, and I was like, okay, well, I can't just say no now.
Aw. Gosh. Yeah, you boys in your time. Like, yes, no, 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 yes, yes, no.
Let's catch up on this, I guess. Nothing new here. Let's see the staff text chat. Exchange those for free. Yeah, it's just one person does the Twitch while the other does YouTube. I say do both, and Switch is for streaming anyway. Yeah, Camcam, you think we should stream on Twitch?
I heard Twitch. Yeah, this is what I was gonna tell y'all. I heard Twitch is kind of hard to break into.
It is. In fact, Conley probably doesn't know, but like it's bad. The Twitch is just not good.
Yeah, I heard it hasn't been doing. Like a lot of Twitch streamers are like coming onto YouTube because I noticed one YouTuber, Papa Gut, he does like commentary. And he was on Twitch, and he just didn't like Twitch, and he wasn't pulling the same numbers. So he's like, well, I'll just stay on YouTube. Like, if you can make more money that way, so.
I see.
Kind of like, and I feel like with Twitch, you're kind of like 1 in a million, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's literally like 90, I think 5% of the viewer base only watches the top 1%.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like Hassan and like.
Ugh, gross politics.
Yeah, I don't know, but Hassan is very cute to look at, so I follow him on Instagram just for that. But otherwise, I'm like, as soon as he opens his mouth, I'm just like, oh, just a himbo, little golden retriever, handsome golden retriever.
Oh goodness.
That's super dumb.
Cam, when do you think the walkie-talkie should stream next? Our next podcast.
I can say when, but will it happen? No.
Let's see. Today is Monday. I think he was saying Tuesday. It might either Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday. I think Tuesday. Everyone agreed Tuesday.
I think Kamui said he's working Monday. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't remember. I forgot what ATG was even trying to find.
I don't know. I was kind of half listening.
Oh, he's trying to find 5 Kage Summit. He said he was sensing Indra.
Dude, I already sent you the scans.
Yeah. Was it the first scan or the second scan?
It's all of it.
Okay. I guess I'll read all of it then. So, Sasuke.
Start from the start one.
Sasuke.
Nah, you gotta start from the
backwards?
other one.
Okay, my bad. I was trying to read
That's
it like
the
manga.
second.
Yeah, I was trying to read it backwards. These eyes of mine can clearly see Ashura's chakra clinging about you. And then he looks surprised. He's like, Ashura's chakra? I don't know what you're talking about. Could that be? Okay, so maybe he is referring to Sasuke here, but we don't know about 5 Kage Summit.
Nigga, just read.
Considering you lacks of surprise, perhaps you've actually sensed little brother Ashura's presence inside you. Da 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 da. As I surmised, then you ought to know already who the reincarnate of Big Brother Indra is. Da 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 da. Sasuke. Sasuke was greatly weakened from his fight at the Gokage Summit and against Danzo. Why didn't you just finish him off when you had the chance? Madara was there too. It wouldn't have gone that easily. Besides, that's still no excuse for letting him get away. Naruto, you're really strong. You're the hero that took down pain, remember? You ought to have been able to. That's not the point. You can't beat Sasuke just by being strong. Now I know. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Go to the last page.
Go to the last page.
Did you send a third one?
Yes, 3.
Oh, there's the last page. Okay. It wasn't appearing. Inside him, too, is... Right? Indeed. So you were aware. You made it sound like there's been other... reincarnates before me and Sasuke, but what happened to them? I feel like none of this is relevant, but the reincarnates just prior to where Senju
this just
ended up dying. Okay, yeah, doesn't matter.
Now you see.
So he could have. Camcam, that's pretty compelling. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's right there.
Facts.
So, okay, so maybe.
Stop.
Speechless. He's left. Speechless.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
You're speechless.
Well, I'm not talking,
That's
but
what
I'm
I
not
do to
left
people, but it's all
speechless.
good.
So, okay. So, he might have been able to sense an inkling in him at the time, but he didn't realize it until later, let alone knew what it was.
Yeah, he just didn't know what it was, but he knew something was inside both of them.
Well, he didn't know.
Which is what? Yeah, no, he literally said it. He said, which is why you can't beat Sasuke with just power alone.
Wait, again, this is after the 5 Kage Summit. You said during the 5 Kage Summit. This is like a war arc.
No, this is after they what's it called, a Sasuke thing, because they start talking to him about why he didn't kill Sasuke.
Yeah, and what's after the 5
This is
Kage Summit?
literally-
The war arc. So it's before the
this is
war
a
begins.
flashback.
It's before the war begins.
Udi,
but-
this thing you're reading right now is a flashback.
Yeah, a flashback to after the 5 Kage Summit.
Yeah. Then they ask him why he didn't kill Sasuke. And then he said you can't beat Sasuke by just being strong. Now I know. Which he was implying about the Indra thing, as he explains to Hagoromo.
Also, you could interpret this. You ought to have been able to.
Nah,
That's not the
we
thing.
don't
As
care.
Naruto being stronger at the time, which is very interesting as well. But that would be an argument for you in that case. I'll give you that.
Facts.
But Naruto's the one asking.
No, he
So
just
he's not
didn't know what
sure.
it was,
You
but
said-
he knew something was inside both of them.
He doesn't know what's inside. If he says something's inside of him too.
Inside him too.
So, right?
Then he
So
said,
he's
indeed.
asking for
So you
confirmation if
Nigga,
something's inside.
listen.
He doesn't know if it is
He
Sasuke.
literally-
He can't
Nigga,
sense it
he
inside
literally
Sasuke. He's
says
assuming it's
inside
Sasuke
him
because of
too,
the
right?
bond. So because he was
Nigga,
just
look at
confirmed that
Hagoromo's response.
Naruto, he's just confirmed that
Look at
yeah,
Hagoromo's
indeed. So you
response.
were aware. So he's assuming. He's not saying.
Yeah, he was aware.
He's
He literally just
Hagoromo's
confirms it for you.
assuming Naruto's aware.
Bruh. Nigga, he literally said he replies. Bruh. Ooh, you cannot read or some shit.
Oh my goodness. What's the
Ain't
first
no
one?
way you see the proof and
like
you're trying to
the-
argue
yeah.
against it. What?
He's confused here.
There's literally proof right in front of you, and
Listen,
at this point you're arguing with the series.
he says this. Naruto's confused, and then he starts pondering. He starts wondering. He subconsciously maybe sensed something before, maybe not, because he's now realizing something's to him. So, okay, if something's to him, and then because
Naruto
there's
sensed something, but he just didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah, and so do you have any guesses for who the other reincarnate may be, knowing that you are one? And then
and look
so
at his
knowing
face.
this. Yeah, so
Look at
this
his
doesn't
face.
look
He
like the
basically
face of a
knows.
confident man. He is sweating
Yeah, he's
in
like, damn.
confusion. Sweating in
No,
confusion.
he's like, damn, it's Sasuke, isn't it?
He's frowning. If he knew, he'd be like, oh yeah, I know.
He's mad. He's literally upset.
Yeah, I agree. He's mad. He's
You know,
upset
I
that
was-
he can't figure it out because he's so dumb.
Okay,
He's
Udi,
literally
Nah.
canonically a reincarnate
Bro.
dunce. He is a dunce in all generations.
Ooh, he's trying so hard.
When I was like that frown on Shirama's making that frown, and so was the other brother. I thought that was funny. It was kind of cute. They're all making the same frown. Throughout the generations, they all have the same frown.
It's an old man
So that's
frown.
where the frown. It's genetic.
Gross.
It's just.
Yeah,
a
that's why he
genetic
knew.
frown.
Not because he could sense Indra's chakra, but because he saw Sasuke frown. Sasuke
No,
was
not
always
Sasuke.
frowning.
Look, go back. Go
Too
back.
late.
Go back. where
She
you
said
Too
that
late.
Indra,
Already
I mean,
closed them
she
all
said
out.
Ashura's incarnates.
Already full screen on the video.
Yeah,
Too late.
yeah.
Bro, might as well
I
start
remember
the
that.
video. I already proved you wrong.
I did prove you wrong. Thank you for agreeing.
The genetic.
All right,
frown.
Kisame.
Perception they are. But if I were gonna kind of like go down that road and use like everybody they fought against, this video would just be way too long, so I have to skip these guys for now. But we actually do have an interesting fight, that being Naruto and Sasuke and B's position.
Man,
against
that'd be a
Kisame.
shame if this video was too long, right? That'd be a real shame.
Such a shame.
During that fight with Kisame, Sasuke is still recovering in Obito's Kamui dimension. So in this time frame,
crap. Let me
Kisame fights B, Sasuke is still
have it on
in the
this.
Kamui dimension being healed
There
by
we go.
Kerin, but he does emerge quite literally like a couple chapters later, so I'm just going to give him start of Danzo fight just to make things a lot easier to talk about. In which case, we have Sage Mode Naruto and 5 Kage Summit Sasuke Danzo fight against Kisame. I think this is a very interesting fight, and I'll say off rip, I definitely think Kisame is going to have a very hard time in this fight. Kisame being able to react to version 1 and base Killer B, along with being able to throw down a Might Guy who is suppressed in their final fight or is implied to be as he wants to obtain intel. Hirodora being in the water, meaning it would be a bit slower. We know this as it's air pushing against the water. Water is 800% more dense than air, and is arguably not even full power Hirodora, as Might Guy is literally letting Kisame live at the end of it all too. So I definitely think these three characters are very relative in their power ranges, in terms of who they can react to, what they're able to combat, and also
Science fun fact, you can't condense water. It is, by the laws of physics, impossible to condense water. I always thought that was interesting.
What does that mean exactly?
I don't know. If you got water and you squeezed it in a box, it's not going to condense.
Googling it. That's too
Sure.
complicated.
I don't understand how the sea works with, like, pressure, but you can't condense water. In fact, you can prove this if you, like, get a syringe. Anyways, I also pause it to say that people like to point out that KCM1 Naruto was able to speed blitz Kisame. To be fair, this was like a weakened, like, slug version of Kisame who, like, doesn't have his legs and he's stuck inside of the sword, inside of, like, a rainbow room with no door as an exit.
Yeah.
Like, what's he supposed to do?
But Naruto was fast though.
Plus, he's probably, like, he's not warmed up. He just didn't move for, like, a week straight, so his limbs are probably stiff, etc., etc. Anyways.
I got a question for you, Udba, after this video.
Alright.
Start off by saying that Sage Mode Naruto is a horrible matchup for Kisame, just due to how he cannot siphon off any of Naruto's chakra, unless he's going to risk turning into
also, you can make the argument that Sage Mode Naruto just straight up isn't any faster. I think he is a little faster, because I do have scans now to prove it. But for a long time, you can argue he just gets stronger.
He literally...
Well, he gets more durability in chakra.
Nah, Fukusaku literally explains all his stats increase.
Yeah, okay, that's one possible interpretation.
Yeah, but look, when he was on top of the frog, he was like a distance away from Tsunade. I think it's the Preda path or something. It tries to speed blitz Tsunade. Naruto jumps before that shit could even touch Tsunade.
I will admit immediately, he is faster.
Speed feat.
I don't think he's significantly faster though.
Bro, that's significant. What are
it's
you
nothing
about?
like KCM. He's
you gotta
way
see how far
he
was from Tsunade though, and how close Preda Pass was close to Tsunade before he even hit him.
Right.
Let me try to find it. But you could continue the video.
Well, with that same idea, you can argue that Naruto's 72 times faster than the Raikage based on pixel scaling, so I don't want to hear it.
Wait, what?
Have you not heard the argument that Naruto is 72 times faster than the Raikage based on pixel scaling?
No.
It exists. I'm not the one that made it, but it
exists.
That's
just headcanon.
Okay.
It's Udi's headcanon.
So you're looking for something?
Yeah. Huh?
You said you're looking for something?
No, I was just about to show you, what's it called, how far Naruto was from Tsunade.
Oh, okay.
But you could continue the video, though, until I find it.
I'm going to continue the video and go to the bathroom.
At the pain that was absorbed Naruto did. To also be a bit fair to Kisame, Naruto was standing still when Pain did this, so he was able to absorb more nature energy. However, Naruto had expended a lot of chakra using Rasen Shuriken and Rasengan variants, and we know like Rasen Shuriken takes up, or like I don't want to say half of his nature supply when he's in Sage mode, but like he can only use 2, which kind of does imply that. So the Sage mode version that the Preda Path absorbed from Naruto was not one that was full power. So the reason Naruto standing still matters is due to how Pain actually does tear off his Sage mode cloak and is still fine. I do think if he absorbed a full power one, the same thing would happen. He'd turn into a frog. Just to be a little bit more generous to Kisame, but I don't think it changes too much. Sasuke's just as bad as he can wrap himself in the Susanoo very quickly. Faster in the Raikage, slamming him on the ground, and lower versions of his cloak. And the reason this matters is because Sasuke can even like shoot up Amaterasu on par with like as fast as version 2 Raikage. Obviously, you know, the flames don't really have to travel that far of a distance, so them appearing this quickly isn't the craziest thing. But when considering that he's going to have fighters like running at him, it is an excellent defense. It really makes it so Kisame can't really go through and absorb these large amounts of chakra from Naruto or Sasuke. And in Naruto's case, it would be detrimental and actually end him in the fight if he has no intel on that. I'll say this too, a lot of Naruto and Sasuke's attacks are also one-shot against Kisame. Rasen Shuriken and Amaterasu respectively. The reason it's going to be a lot is because there's going to be too much for Kisame to juggle to really unleash the giant water shark bomb that he did against Kisame. As if he charges it up to kind of wind at Naruto and shoot it at the Rasen Shuriken as Naruto throws it, he's just going to be leaving himself open for Sasuke's Amaterasu and vice versa. Kisame also doesn't really have a great way to get through Sasuke's Susanoo defense. His Susanoo isn't fully developed at this point, but he does have the partial Susanoo that was able to block Gaara, Temari Kankuro, and Daorui's light attack, which none of Kisame's water style is going to penetrate. Naruto can even hide inside the Susanoo if he wishes. This Naruto also not going to be having the restriction of not being able to summon many clones like he did against Pain, so he can always have clones in the back gathering nature energy while he fights, constantly replenishing him. It just doesn't look too good for Kisame. Even his feats against B aren't the craziest for these two characters. Sasuke even being able to react to B, albeit in like a wider range because B like lunges across a canyon, whereas Kisame's reacting a lot more close range, so I definitely...
Did he say anything worthwhile?
Not really.
Yeah, just that Kisame would have trouble fighting Sasuke and Naruto. That it doesn't look very good for him. That they could one-shot Kisame. So.
I mean, I feel like they also kind of needed Guy. Like, did they not give him KCM at least, Naruto?
I don't think so.
Huh. By the way, ATG, you're probably gonna have to send another scan because I don't even see Tsunade in this.
Tsunade is right there.
Where?
That little thing right there in the picture.
Okay, so here's Pain, right?
Wait, is that Pain?
Yeah, that's Pain. And
Where's
here's
the
Naruto.
others then?
I don't know.
This isn't Tsunade. Tsunade's wearing white clothes.
Green and white. Wait, hold on. Let me try to find a different picture of that.
That's not Pain. But I'll give you this. He's like...
Nah, that has to be Tsunade.
He's like at least 2 Gamma Buntas distance away from whoever this mistake. You know what?
Wait, that's so weird because in this panel, all the pains are there.
You know what? This is Time Skip Boruto, is who this is. Yes.
Shit.
We didn't notice before because he has the Jogan on.
Mm-hmm.
The anime would probably be able to depict it better too.
But you see how close the pain is to to Tsunade?
Okay, but Naruto realizes here is the problem. He doesn't realize here. He realizes here. So you get 1,
But
2,
he didn't
3
move
panels.
then, though. That's not when he moved. He just realized it.
Okay. I don't think this is Tsunade. Again, the back. This is her back as well. If this is Tsunade,
I don't know because it's. Hold on.
So why would Tsunade be looking at Gamabunta instead of at Pain? It would be like over here, off panel.
Oh, Tsunade is right here. Hold on. There's a better picture. Well, you can't really tell because, like, hold on. I'm about to send it.
Camcam, do you
she's standing
think?
like in front of those, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Hold on. There's a different one.
In chapter 431, she's like in front of Gamakichi.
Yeah, it's right here.
That's a better view. We don't know how far Pain is from Tsunade here, which would matter.
Well, that doesn't matter because Pain comes towards Tsunade.
Well, that would still matter though.
Not really, because Naruto doesn't move until he he realizes, then he moves.
Naruto's
and Pain was already by Tsunade at that point. Damn, you can't even see Naruto. That's how far he is.
Yeah, he is pretty
It's
small.
on chapter 431, the first page. It has the
Nah, I
line
already
of
sent
him.
it. I already sent that
Oh, you
Camcam.
did? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, Naruto, you can't even see him. That's how far he is.
Camcam, can you find a scan of how far Tsunade is from Pain? I'm just curious.
Wait, I think I'm on it. Hold on.
I think this one might be it.
Hold on. I found it. Hold on. I'm about to send it.
Me first.
Ladies first.
He's gonna speed blitz me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I
god,
already
I'm
sent
learning words.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the one I sent isn't very.
Oh, she's wearing green, not
as
white.
good as...
What is this?
That's after. The one I sent was.
Oh, this one's probably the best. So I would say she's like in the middle.
Yeah.
Can't lose her. Sorry, I got a little aggressive.
Wait, let me get the colored version of that.
Yeah.
When is that?
This was right when Naruto gets there.
431, the first page, I think. Yeah, so this is
31.
It looks like this is Tsunade in the back, Naruto in the front.
Wait, isn't that after? Okay, wait. The toes doesn't move, so we can still use that.
Yeah. And regardless of where Tsunade was before, she's here now, so it doesn't matter if she moved. This would be a good sample.
That's from the Shonen Jump app,
So, I mean...
No, I'm just using the colored version, that's all.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Considering Naruto's reaction time is also amped in this, you could argue they moved at, like, the same time, or, like, the same speed. Who all is here? So this is obviously Naruto. This is the Pain.
Yeah, that's after he already destroyed the Pain.
So are there 3 people? Oh, this is probably like Shizune.
Yeah, the person that
like
came
Sakura.
through.
No,
Yeah, whoever
that's not.
came through.
Shizune is she did.
Who
No, that's
got
not Shizune.
Tsunade? Yeah, not Shizune, but
Yeah,
who got
one of
Tsunade
them's
out
an
of there?
Anbu.
Anbu. Okay,
Yeah, it was one of the Anbus that come to try to save Tsunade.
Okay. I got you.
I'm about to send it. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, I mean that doesn't really matter, but
it does.
What?
It's like no, it does. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But you gotta know who it was.
Sure. So back to the
Man,
video.
he had these ready to go.
Nah, I don't. I'm literally on a chapter.
Oh, you just fast. He's just fast as well.
Good.
All right, then.
Yes, it is
That's
indeed an
who it
Anbu.
was.
All right.
I don't even know why we're arguing this anyways.
You're arguing Seijo Naruto's speed. I would argue based on this.
Oh, yeah. He is definitely faster than Pain.
Well, I could argue based on this, he's the same speed as Pain.
I felt Pain already moved, though. He was, like, already moving. And he had the rocket boost.
But here's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, is that in Sage Mode, Naruto's reaction speed is amped. So you could argue they just moved at the same time. And we just don't see it.
No, he doesn't move. He's literally looking at it shocked. He doesn't move yet.
This is before.
While Pain is already moving.
This is before. We see Naruto shocked, and then we see Pain already moving.
No, Pain already moved. He's just getting closer. That's the thing.
Okay, then show me it before this.
What do you mean before this?
Show
That's
me
the only
panel
thing.
where Pain starts moving.
No, that's the only thing.
If this is the only thing, then Naruto shocked, then we see Pain moving.
Bro, Pain doesn't just start moving though, because he's already closer to Tsunade.
No, based on Camcam scan,
look
they're
how
about
far
equal
he is
speed
from the
apart.
other Pains already. Just look at how far he is from the other Pains. Because they were all like standing right next to each other.
Camcam, where's your scan? There's so many pictures now.
Look, Udi, look at it.
Here.
Look how far he is from the Pains.
No, look at this.
All right, look, they all like right next to each other.
Yeah, so this is the middle. This is the middle. Where Tsunade is, she is about equal distance from Gamabunta, or where Naruto was, and the Pains. So she's in the middle.
All right, go to the other scan now.
Why?
When
This is the
pain
only
is
one that
moving.
matters.
No, they already moved in this one. Hold on. Go to the one where the
No,
top
they
one.
moved to that position, but that's it, isn't it?
No,
They're
that's not
not.
the point. I'm trying to say Pain already moved. Look how far he is
Oh.
from the others. His other pains. Look at it.
What, this pain down here in the bottom right?
Yes.
Naruto's
He
reacting
been moved.
in the
Look
top
how
right.
far he is.
Do you know how paneling
Yeah,
works in
Naruto
manga?
reacted because he already moved.
But you don't know. His movement
No,
could have been
look, you
one
could
step.
just
He could have
look
moved
at
a
the scan
singular
move. It's not hard.
centimeter. I'm looking at the scan.
He
He's
still
moving after.
moved.
We don't see.
He
We
still
don't
moved
see
because
him
they were all
moving.
nah.
He
Listen,
could have been
they
reacting
were
in real
all right
time
next
as
to
he
each
starts
other.
moving. We could have seen him blink and be like, he could have
No.
got bloodlust in his eyes. Naruto saw that. Naruto could have started moving before Pain, for all we know.
No, but look, Pain was all they were all standing next to each other, and then in the scan, bro is already close to Tsunade,
They're
so he
equal
been
distance
moving,
apart.
bruh. It doesn't even matter, bro. Just click on the video.
Okay.
Bro, trying to argue over everything.
Darn right.
His feats are more impressive, but again, that Sasuke would go on to develop and grow stronger, along with his perception abilities. Kisame's best win con is to fuse with Samehada and form the giant water shark bubble. And even in the shark bubble, if Naruto's in Sage mode, he can't really absorb his nature energy or anything like that, but he can just attack Naruto while he's in there. Naruto won't be able to move that well. Same thing to Sasuke. If Sasuke's in that position, he actually will be able to. Sasuke probably won't be able to maintain his Susanoo while he's getting drowned from all angles. Neither having the capability to breathe underwater
Bro, who even is this guy? This guy should have never.
That's Matsuo.
He should have never been in the story.
That's his name is Matui, I think.
I'm surprised you know
Bro, how
that.
you forget about Matui,
No,
bro?
I
He's
know
the
who
OG.
he is, but he is the OG. But like, why? Just why?
Because he's just him. He taught Killer B how to rap.
Okay.
Minor degrees like Killer B could, but even by that point in the fight, Kisame had been absorbing so much chakra from B that there was way too much of a difference for B to kind of overcome and make a comeback. But if he does go and like fuse with Samehada, he should be able to like just sap all of Sasuke's chakra very quickly. He's able to rip version 2 B's cloak completely off while in version 2. So it's just his chakra absorption also gets amped to another level. But due to the nature of how Naruto and Sasuke have a lot more like one shot and like instant, there's gonna be a lot more jumping. I don't think Kisame is gonna get the opportunity to really just summon that water shark bubble. He's just gonna have way too much coming at him. I think there's a good chance this fight ends earlier than later. He has Naruto in the form of a hard counter. He has Sasuke with all these instant kill techniques. This isn't even talking about Sasuke's Susanoo develops, which I don't think is the most important. And I will admit that if Sasuke kind of does fatigue himself in the Susanoo, Kisame could take him out for an easy dub. But again, Naruto's kind of here to compensate for all of that. Kisame is also going to get absolutely dismantled by Furakata. So, you know, I do think there's a couple ways this can go. If Kisame does get enough momentum, I definitely think he can take a W. But with these two working together, Naruto losing that clone restriction, all these large-scale attacks, the proper defense is being in place in the form of the Susanoo.
Clone restriction? What clone? Oh, from using Sage mode, he has a clone restriction? I think so. Yeah, he can't use too many clones because of Sage mode. It like disrupts the chakra, I think. I forget. Maybe not. I don't remember. It's something like that. Or at least he can't do like 1,000 clones that have the Sage mode. He only handle like 2 or 3. I remember that at least.
Kisame's best win con is there to like giant water shark bomb the Rasen Shuriken and nuke Naruto and Sasuke, and even then I think it's a little bit debatable. Or for him to summon the water shark bubble, in which case if he does get Naruto and Sasuke in there, he should have an easier time and should be able to take them out. But I definitely think Naruto and 5 Kage summon Sasuke, specifically Danzo fight working together, do take this W. Next up, we have the 4 Shinobi War Countdown. We have Yellow Mask Obito.
I mean, did he... So which version of Kisame are they giving him? Like, did Kisame have Samehada?
The one that's fighting against
Killer B?
Guy is
Guy.
So I'm thinking without Samehada.
Yeah, so it's like Samehada infused, I think. Which you could argue it makes him stronger, but at the same time he can't absorb chakra as easy. Well, maybe he can. I don't remember. I think he can absorb chakra.
Yeah, because
easily.
he argued that if he tried to absorb like Naruto's chakra, it would turn into a frog. So he did argue that point.
I mean, Naruto also needs like startup time, but like he usually gets it in fights. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, Obito watched.
I mean, Samehada can absorb chakra fast and a lot of it. So I don't know. Just it really comes down to if Kisame is able to absorb chakra in the first place. If he is, then he's gonna just become stronger and stronger.
Naruto and Sasuke at this point.
Yeah, I don't
Naruto
think
has
ever
like
meant
unmastered KCM.
Yeah.
Which just isn't on the level of Minato. It's nowhere close. Like Naruto needs like to link up with Kurama to kind of like get to that Minato tier. In which case Sasuke's still blinded. Not blinded, but he has bandages on from transplanting Itachi's eyes and fusing his Mangekyo. So at this point, they're just not gonna be able to take down Obito. Obito's very relative to that Minato. They're like moving at similar speeds. That fight is like a one-touch win, but Obito is very threatening to Minato. Even Minato's own diction implies it as such. It's just very clear cut at that point. So yeah, Yellow Mask Obito would absolutely stomp both these characters at this point. Next up, we're gonna move into like the actual war arc, the Shinobi War. Now, I have to skip some matchups here, unfortunately, because Sasuke gets his EMS at the end of chapter 553, right after Naruto beats Lord Mu, and this essentially makes it so like Naruto had fought a bunch of these people with B aiding him, and I would essentially be replacing B for Sasuke with bandages, which wouldn't make any sense. So like I would have Sasuke with bandages versus Itachi and Nagato and the Raikage and Tsunade. It just wouldn't make sense. So unfortunately, I have to skip those matchups just for the sake of like continuity.
Seriously, he's keeping Sasuke with the bandages. Unbelievable.
Wait, versus who?
Yellow Mask Obito.
No, they getting washed.
Naruto has KCM, which is like relative to base Minato, maybe. I mean, Minato, based on the war arc, had
Minato
nerf, so like alive base.
Wait, what?
Alive base Minato is faster than Edo Tensei base Minato that we saw in the war arc.
That is not true.
Why?
Cause Naruto's as fast as alive Minato.
Based on?
It was literally implied. Huh?
Okay, it was literally implied. Yeah, it was implied.
It was.
It was implied before the pain arc and then after the pain arc, after he got way stronger. So, what do you do then?
Well, there's a difference. One is Minato's physical speed, and then the other is Minato using Flying Thundergod. Like his activation speed.
ATG.
That's
ATG.
No, that's literally what KCM gets compared to. His activation speed.
Okay, it can get compared to it. I don't care. The same way Hiruzen can be revered as the strongest.
But the difference is Naruto outran Raikage while Minato teleported. Just saying.
Yeah, Naruto outran a faster Raikage as well.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, you say, oh, well, yeah, as if that doesn't help you. That I'm saying that to help you. Minato was fighting a weaker version,
but
and he still had to teleport.
Raikage is as fast as what's it called, Minato. The current Raikage.
That's debatable as well, but we don't have to get into that.
No, it's literally stated. It's
again, we don't have to get into that, but it is debatable.
Bro's trying to argue with the series again.
Okay, no. Listen. Okay, we're getting into it. It is literally debatable.
I'm gonna send you the scan. Hold on.
I don't think this is gonna work. There's in a lot of debates, people use this point about the Raikage.
For what? Speed?
Yeah. Like this one.
If you use Raikage literally says Minato is faster than him, but since he's dead, now he's the fastest. But I'm gonna use the data book scan since it says they're on par with each other.
Yeah, so it could just be saying that Minato would still be faster if he was alive.
Yeah, well, he would be faster due to Flying Thundergod.
Flying Thundergod isn't speed, it's instantaneous movement.
No, nigga, they use Flying Thundergod as speed.
Speed is distance over time.
They consider that as their speed.
Speed is distance over time, and Flying Thundergod doesn't have time.
No,
so you can't
I'm not talking about
calculate
the ability itself. I'm talking about Minato's activation of the speed.
This is his reaction.
Because that's what he uses. Because that's what he uses to dodge Raikage in the first place.
Oh my!
He doesn't outrun him.
Anyways.
Unless you could prove Minato outran Raikage.
I don't even want to debate. I'm saying it is debatable. You're saying it's not. We're debating if it's debatable. We're moving on. I don't care that
We
much.
have Sage Mode Kabuto. Now, Sage Mode Kabuto is a very interesting, very underrated character. I feel like the community's definitely...
Pause. What is this dragon holding?
That's truth seeking orb.
That is not a truth seeking orb. Stop this.
I'm just playing.
No. It does look like one though. That's really funny. It might be a flashbang because I think this is the flashbang Sage technique white extreme attack. Is this the flashbang where he makes everything blind?
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's literally a physical flashbang, and the dragon just moves the flashbang in that direction. The dragon does nothing. That'd be funny.
It's a spiritual flashbang. You wouldn't understand.
It's an extreme flashbang.
More aware from as time has gone on. We're going to have the Sasuke that fought alongside Itachi, although he's going to be performing a lot better this time. Obviously, he's not going to have any mental afflictions due to Itachi being there, any lingering questions he might have about himself or Itachi in general, along with losing the restriction of not having to kill Kabuto, along with Naruto, who's linked up with Kurama, KCM2, Naruto QB link mode, whatever you want to call that, with Naruto's absurd feats, absolutely dismantling the tail beast. I'll start off by saying that I definitely don't think Kabuto is a definitive like speed tier above this Naruto or Sasuke. I think he's, generally I believe he's greater than Itachi in that fight, but there are moments where he blatantly is reacting alongside Itachi. They're dashing at each other from across the cave. Itachi can contend with him in close quarters, and even at points in the fight just nick his ear off and stuff like that. So, he's not a definitive speed tier above Itachi or Sasuke for that matter, which would extend into this Naruto, who is stronger than both of those characters. Now,
there's a lot of statements saying that Itachi and Sasuke are equal here.
In speed.
In general. No possible way I'm going to find it in my
mentally nerfed,
scans
is what
here.
he's saying.
But
wasn't Itachi holding back and Sasuke wasn't?
No. Itachi told him to hold back.
Oh yeah, true.
So they're both holding back?
Yes.
Well, I don't know about Sasuke, but just because Itachi said something doesn't mean he's doing it.
That's fair. See, Sasuke equals Naruto, which this is adult. Doesn't matter. Sasuke over Naruto.
I got the scan for that.
That may be far. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You have a scan for... I got a scan for this, got a scan for that.
No, because that scan he just pulled up about adult Sasuke is mistranslation.
I'm still going to use it. That's why I have it.
Nah, I'm about to send you the original.
Okay,
I meant the actual scan. Hold on.
That's fine.
I got you, Udi. Yeah.
Oh, here's a scan saying Naruto's always stronger than Sasuke, I think.
Wait, where? Okay.
So I can now use a Mangekyo Sharingan in multiple ways, and Naruto may have become even more powerful than his fallen sensei Jiraiya. But is anyone powerful enough to stop the ultimate attack as the pains of the Akatsuki launch their deadly strike against Naruto's home village? You can argue this means Naruto is always stronger than Sasuke.
Why? Wait, what?
Well, we're not in a debate right now, so I don't have to prove it.
No, I'm just...
I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it
that-
away. I don't want to give it away.
I'm gonna say it, but
just
I
go
don't have
ahead.
to prove it. Okay. That's fair.
We're not debating right now, Cam. I'm not just going to give him gold. This is gold, Camcam. These are the secrets of the craft, the trade.
Okay. Okay. I guess, okay. Sure.
Okay.
If you want to compare it to gold, go ahead, I guess.
So do you have the scan of Itachi and Sasuke equal or anything like that?
Yeah, he just tagged you.
Okay.
No. I don't have that. But I'm talking about adult Sasuke thing.
Oh, right. I don't think I have any other relevant scans for this then.
I think you talking about when when Sasuke goes to the war and shit, and then they state him and Itachi are like equals or some shit.
There's a lot of the scans actually. I forget, what is the fellow strong? Oh, this is Dragon Ball. Here's one, maybe. Residing in the eyes of those who grasp the working of heaven and earth is a tempestuous warrior wielding a sword and shield, two jutsu allowed to be used only by those whose eyes have opened to Mangekyo Sharingan, the heavenly eyes that see all things in the universe. That's interesting. Sharingan, Senrigan confirmed. Amaterasu. Representing the light of the material world, and Tsukoyomi, the nightmare realm, representing the world of the mind and darkness. So here's the important part, I think. Susanoo is the strength of the tempestuous force that resides only within those who have mastered both of these techniques. Chakra takes the physical form of a formidable-looking warrior. His rampaging soul will not settle down until it has been destroyed all enemies before it. This is the important part. If Susanoo activates Susanoo, if Sasuke activates Susanoo, he can't lose. Even if even if Sasuke dies, the Susanoo will rampage for infinity until the enemy is destroyed. It's like ATG. It's like the slug that has like infinite health that you can't stop. That if it touches you, it's gonna kill you. And would you take it for like $1 million? It's the same scenario here. That Susanoo's after you, and you cannot stop it. It is a physical form. You cannot stop this Susanoo.
But Ood, you gotta delete that Sasuke skin you got.
Well, I mean, I keep it for debates.
Yeah, this is the original shit.
Okay, I mean, it's good to know this.
Kido had a translator translate what was actually said.
He keeps it because it's in his favor. He doesn't have to tell anybody it's mistranslated.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm using it to edge my point. Of course, Kidomaki is the one that's funny. Of course, it's Kidomaki. Anyways. Back to the video.
What does that mean?
Oh, you know what? I could probably just look up Sasuke, Itachi, equal. I bet I'm just gonna find it later.
You and the guy in the video, Udi, y'all sound kind of similar.
Me and Thundergod?
I'm like, oh wait, is that Udi's talk?
That's funny. Kabuto, together with Sasuke against Kabuto, they were able to obtain victory at the time, and for the first time from his brother, Sasuke was realized as his equal. Alright.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And that's just like one of like 4 or 5 different statements. There might be even more in the Kabuto fight. But yeah.
I think it's because y'all have the same pitch. Kind of freaky.
I don't know.
This matchup, Kabuto has a big issue against Naruto because a lot of his hacks really aren't the most effective. One of his best responses is definitely the Sage Art Weight Extreme Attack, which Naruto might be able to move through, seeing as even when he gets blinded by Fu, the Edo Jinchuriki, he's still able to sense the hatred and like evil intent. Now, obviously, there's more to the Weight Extreme Attack. It works more like a flash bang and stun grenade all at the same time. Rattling Itachi and Sasuke is very bones to the point they maintain their Susanoo. I definitely think Sasuke, everything stays the same. With Naruto, it's a little tricky. You should definitely flick Naruto in a similar capacity. A big point about the Weight Extreme Attack I don't see brought up is the fact that Itachi doesn't have his Susanoo up when Kabuto launches at Sasuke, whereas Sasuke has his Susanoo up. And the reason this matters is because Itachi's actually able to form his Susanoo while Sasuke can't keep or like maintain his. And some people have brought this up that Itachi's an Edo, which like will make him, make it easier for him to kind of mitigate this. I don't think that necessarily matters in this case, as he's shown just as afflicted by this as Sasuke. I actually think it's a case of it's easier to initiate the technique than it is to maintain it when put under these conditions.
Bro. Flashbang can go through the Susanoo, but Infinite Tsukoyomi can't? To be fair, this is
not the perfect Susanoo.
That's fair. To be fair, this is a Sage Art flashbang. So
that's like the rib cage, I think.
If Madara just waited to take Hashirama's Sage mode until right before he activated Tsukoyomi, he could have done a Sage Art Infinite Tsukoyomi, and that would have just insta-negged the world. Bypass any Susanoo. Anyways, I do have a scan for this that I saw, so I'm gonna really quickly pull that up. I know I waited like 2 seconds after playing the video to pause it again, but we'll get through it eventually.
All right,
looking at all these top ones really quickly. Nothing up here. Here's one that says that you can't escape Amaterasu, so that could also be a potential workaround. Anyways, here we go. So this is Infant Tsukoyomi as a counter for the Rinnegan. A Genjutsu created with a Rinnegan can probably be cancelled by another Rinnegan. Infinite Tsukoyomi was created by Rinnegan. So there you go.
Yeah, a Rinne Sharingan.
Yeah. So there you go. That's why that works.
So if Kabuto launches it when Sasuke or Naruto don't have their avatars or like respective defenses up, I actually do think they would be able to erect them, even though this technique is going down. Now, if they do have them active, it could be a different story, but that's just something I want to talk about because I don't see anybody bring that up when discussing this technique. Now, the question is, right, if Naruto enters the QB avatar at the start of the fight, and like, you know, maybe Sasuke goes inside the avatar with Naruto, would the white extreme attack really have that same level of effectiveness? Because Naruto's going to be at a much greater distance. Maybe he just instantly attempts to destroy the cave that Kabuto's chilling in, which also would hinder him as he's not going to have as great of a surrounding area to use inorganic.
I feel like Naruto wouldn't even need his negative sensing of emotions if he's in Sage mode.
He's not.
I have another scan for like Naruto's perception in Sage mode. Yeah, threat perception. Goes to show how in Sage mode both literally so this is like the most debate bro explanation in series ever. In Sage mode, both threat perception and attack capacity are enhanced well beyond the ordinary. That's funny. So yeah. You just need Sage mode. But he is like double, I guess. Oh, also Sage mode heals and doesn't get tired. And Sage mode is canonically faster based on this. Anyways. Oh, also, Sasuke has infinite Tsukoyomi. That's a side.
No, the hell he doesn't.
Okay, listen. Do you think that Infant Tsukoyomi is the strongest Genjutsu?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. The lone Shinobi armed with the strongest dojutsu, carrying the powerful dojutsu Sharingan, the last survivor of the Uchiha clan, Naruto's rival. Although he left the village as an Avenger, he stands united at the front of the Fourth Great Shinobi World War alongside Naruto. After that, he settles things with him and went on a journey. Through countless battles, he awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan and Rinnegan and mastered the strongest Genjutsu.
That's definitely a mistranslation. I'm gonna tell Kido to get that shit translated.
I'm still using it in a debate. So
that's definitely a mistranslation.
Until you can prove me wrong, I'm right.
Technically wouldn't be that threatening to Naruto or Sasuke either, as the only reason Sasuke was even like caught off guard or wasn't ready for it was because he didn't have his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan out, whereas Itachi did. That's why Itachi blatantly reacts to it, whereas Sasuke doesn't. It's also not gonna be able to breach the QB avatar. Naruto might unironically just swing his chakra around and destroy the cave, which isn't inconsistent as he's slapping away tailed beast bombs. The A-tail is able to destroy the entire forest and make it a clear area for him and Naruto to fight in. So Naruto should have no issues absolutely obliterating this cave. So
I don't know if this is necessarily a good. I mean, it's a pretty good point, but like, we know that Kabuto can control the cave as well, so we don't know like to what degree, if he can like maybe even
but they could just destroy that shit.
Well, again, if he can control the cave, maybe he can like move it around the damage or expand it so it doesn't get hurt.
That's not what he can do.
Maybe he can.
He cannot move the cave itself around.
Yes, he can. He literally does.
No, he could just make
like physically move.
Yeah, he physically moves the cave around like it's rubber.
That is
I
not
thought you wanted
true.
to move to a new location.
Wait, what is that Itachi picture?
Which one? This one? This one?
With the fire, with him and Sasuke.
This one?
And I think that's Obito too. Below. Bruh, you just passed it.
Where?
Bruh.
This one? This one?
Where did you just go?
Not even
Go
worth
up.
asking him anymore.
Alright, right there. Top right.
Oh, this?
Yeah, save it and send it to the thing.
Actually, one night I spent like 3 hours, unironically, saving. There's a whole website of this. There's like 200 pictures like this. Let me find it in my folders. I got a lot of folders. Here we go. Yeah, so I got a lot of pictures. There's 4 for Shisui, like 30 for Sasuke. Randomly for Boruto.
So what is it? Fire?
It's just a lot of things. Like here's one for Kakashi.
It's too small for me to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of really dope ones. Another for Anbu Kakashi. Randomly go to Naruto. It's got a lot of them. But it has like a lot of the fire ones as well. Like that's like a fiery one. They're all PNG as well, which is extra nice. There's a nice one. Yeah. All these are pretty good. Even like Kisame randomly. Yeah, it's got a lot of them. Great for thumbnails. Yeah, but I already got them all. I don't know what the website is. I don't think this is it. Yeah, that's not it. They're just stealing it. You probably find it. Just use Wayback Machine or like a Google search image lookup. But I really want to find this cave thing. Kabuto. Controls. Cave. I'm pretty sure it's at the start of the fight. I also misspelled control, but you know.
Did you save it?
No, I didn't. I'd have to look it up.
Bruh.
I'm confident it happens.
The one thing he asked you to do, and you can't even do that.
What do you mean? This was before the fact. I just know it. It's just knowledge I have. You asked me to save nothing.
I legit said save it and send it in Discord.
Yes, he did.
Oh, you meant that picture?
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's
What
no
else
point
would I
of
be
there's no
talking
point of getting that picture. Just go to the website. You can get like all the pictures, not that specific picture.
Bruh.
Well, what do you want that specific picture for? I can get it if you really want that one specifically.
Because Itachi, what? What do you mean?
Here, I'll just send it then. Give me a second. Go back.
Yeah, be a good boy and send it to him.
Cam, can you find the chapter where they fight?
Yeah.
Thank you. What is this? What? Why? Why is this Naruto Uzumaki versus Kabuto? Anyways. In fact, ATG, I'll do you one better. Oh my god, I have to actually go back to it. Let me just send you all of my Itachi pictures. Let me just press back.
Alright, that's even better. That's even better.
Itachi. That's a lot of Itachi pictures. Some of them may or may not be preferable to what you want. But they're all Itachi pictures. Too many pictures. Okay. Let me send a few at a time. In fact, I guess I'll just send the ones that you probably want. Also ignore Discord's really annoying version of sending pictures.
Check on it right now.
Yeah. Go.
I swear I was just looking at it, and now I can't.
Yeah, it should be all of them. I could have just sent these, but whatever. Yeah, you probably like all these. This one's so high quality. My goodness. So Camcam, the chapter?
Can't find it now. I literally just had it.
Sasuke and
So.
Itachi.
No help. I'm
Kabuto.
sorry.
Manga.
It's like 582, 583. Yeah, probably around 580.
Okay, like 580. So I'll probably go like 583. There's a different website, ATG. You happy?
Send a link.
Yeah, they.
Is it? Wait.
Yeah, they're
what is
in
this
the.
link
They
for?
start.
Huh?
They start fighting at 579.
The link to what? The chapter?
No, I thought you was talking about a link to all Itachi pictures.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't have the website. I just got them from a website.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you sure this is where they start fighting? Because they're both in Susanoo here.
578. Yeah, 578. They're throwing shuriken.
Okay, here's interesting. So be careful, Sasuke. It shows a picture of the cave. Be careful, Sasuke. There are pieces of his chakra everywhere, and no telling which of them is the real him.
Yeah, Naruto just does a Rasen Shuriken and blows up the whole place.
Oh my goodness. Well, again, he could just open the cave and let the Rasen Shuriken go out of it.
Nah. I doubt that.
Trying to find a good example of it. I know he at least controls the spikes to impale Itachi. And I know during a perfect part, he like knocks them off of their feet by making like an earthquake kind of thing. The cave just moving. Like
yeah,
crazy.
the cave like collapses.
You found it, Camcam?
Where the cave collapses?
Not collapses, where he like makes the cave move a lot.
Yeah. Hold on. There's one where like the snakes come out.
Yeah, so they find each other in this chapter.
Mm.
The 5 Kage fight. A lot of time. Like the rest of the chapters, seemingly. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there's like mad fights that happen in this shit.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Just talking. Okay, well maybe I'll just go 2 chapters. Yeah, dark mode, why not? That's the white technique. Get blinded. By the way, can I just say, like, 10 years later, I'm still learning all the crazy abilities Kabuto can do in this form. Like, I swear he has, like, 200 abilities. But I just don't remember.
He does not have 200 abilities.
It's something crazy. He has the most bizarre abilities ever.
We know he could do Jugo, Karin, Sugetsu, and some of Orochimaru's abilities in his own.
I'd probably find it faster in a scan server at this point. But whatever. 581, please. For the love of everything. So I can get back to the video. Is this where you're trying to convince Sasuke? Or is that at the beginning? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's at the beginning.
I mean, I think he does it twice, I guess, because it seemed like that. Anyways. Scrolling down. More of Sasuke and Itachi talking. Oh, Izanagi, it's crazy. Ah, they clashed again. Man, this fight sucks. Here we go. He's moving the cave here. Anorganic animation. It's a sage technique. There you go. Look at the ground. He's making like hills and inclines and stuff. And there's the spikes.
And stalactite.
Yeah, and then stalactites just impale Itachi in like 10 different areas. Bro looks like he's doing Tsukoyomi in real life. Oh my god. In the manga, he looks terrible from that. That's crazy. But yeah, so that's all I was trying to find. Literally those 2 panels. One where the ground's all warpy, and then one where Itachi stabbed. Literally one right after the other. Crazy. Yeah. Not only is Itachi not fast enough to dodge this, which he seems like he'd be able to, you could argue because he's an Edo Tensei, he wants to take the brunt of the attacks instead of Sasuke, like the Hokage do later against Obito. but like, this isn't aimed at Sasuke. Kabuto's not trying to kill Sasuke because he wants to convince Sasuke. And Itachi notices this and can't move out of the way. And Sasuke's also...
Bruh, he could.
Oh, well, I mean...
Well, he said he already laid the plan, so is that a part of it?
Sano, it looks like. Or it might be the other way around. Maybe Itachi did. I don't remember. I don't know.
Basically, Itachi took the attack to save Sasuke.
This jutsu brings the unliving to life and allows me to control them. It's different from a jutsu that simply manipulates with chakra. A bit extreme, don't you think? So, he's not manipulating the cave with chakra. This cave is alive. In this moment.
Yeah.
And Kabuto can just... Kabuto Edo Tensei'd the cave.
So he's controlling an inanimate object, right?
Yeah. Bro literally made life.
Oh yeah, and then the Amaterasu like melts the cave or something.
So here we go. This is another ability I didn't know he had. Kabuto is able to bring life he's able to not just reanimate life, but make living things out of nothing. He's able to create something out of nothing. This is a shinjutsu. This is omnipotence.
Omnipotence before omnipotence.
This is a conceptual ability before Daemon. I was wrong. Kabuto got a conceptual ability first. This is bizarre.
Yeah, his sage stuff was very bizarre.
Wait, did you realize Madara needed the Gachi to do Itachi Tsukoyomi type thing? And I'm not talking about infinite Tsukoyomi.
Oh, then what do you mean?
Just Tsukoyomi by itself.
Why do you say that?
Because Madara literally says he needed to borrow the tree's power to use it.
Okay. If you say so.
It's when he does the Genjutsu shit to train Obito.
Well, I've made memes that like infinite Tsukuyomi is just Tsukuyomi bounced off the moon, which is what it's described as. But I do think it is genuinely two different techniques. Like I don't think Itachi in part 1 could literally just at any point at night do Tsukuyomi on the moon and make infinite Tsukuyomi. I don't think that's how it works.
Well, he can't fly. That's for one.
Oh, okay. I don't think Madara being 50 feet higher in terms of elevation makes a difference, especially considering there's mountains in Naruto.
Well, the Mangekyo probably doesn't have enough chakra to do that, though.
What do you mean? Itachi literally did Tsukuyomi on Kakashi. Like, if Itachi just looked up instead of straight, Naruto's over.
The eye itself gives you power and chakra.
Okay.
And Infinite Tsukuyomi has like a lot of chakra. That's why it could do that and affect everyone.
Well, the point is that he's able to cast Tsukuyomi, and he's able to cast it onto the moon, and then it reflects.
Yeah, but you need the chakra and power to do so, though. To like do it on the moon.
No, you just need it to cast it.
No, because Madara even says. Wait, what does he say? I gotta look at it.
So, do you think Tsukuyomi dissipates over time? Like if Naruto's a mile away from Itachi, barely in eyesight, can Naruto be put under Tsukuyomi?
If he sees Itachi's eyes, yes.
Well, okay then. It
a
should
mile
be the same
away
thing with the moon. Itachi can see the moon. I mean, he does get pretty blind, but only he's that blind.
There's literally a difference in distance.
Yeah, there is a difference in distance, but the moon's also big. You can see the moon, is the point.
Okay, what does that mean? You gotta prove Itachi has the power and chakra to do so, though. Because that Madara literally had to, like, get the 10 tails, get the eye, all that type of shit, all type of power to do it.
And that's why I think Infinite Tsukuyomi is fundamentally a different jutsu from Tsukuyomi.
Which
like,
it is.
Not the same. Yeah, that's...
There's a stronger Tsukuyomi.
Yeah, we're arguing for my meme that Tsukuyomi is just Infinite Tsukuyomi, but not on the moon.
Yeah, basically.
But I mean, for Itachi's girlfriend, it was. Itachi's girlfriend was literally in an infinite Tsukoyomi.
So for a woman, she deserved better.
Yeah, she was literally in infinite Tsukoyomi.
Yo, Itachi's girlfriend had the best life.
And then she died in that shit, so she died in real life.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she died in real life because she died in infinite Tsukoyomi.
No, she literally, like, her brain inside the dream, like, she was dead. Yeah. And then she died in real life.
Well, no, the reason she died... No, she did die in real life. Well, okay, not in real life. Like, in the Naruto verse, she died because her brain was so overwhelmed from, like, 80 years condensed down to a picosecond that her brain wasn't able to comprehend it, and she just was overwhelmed and died from, like, the stimulation. She died of overstimulation.
I thought because her brain, like,
yeah, because her brain, like, I think, died.
It's like she perceived it as reality, so then...
Okay, but, like, if Itachi didn't show her 80 years and instead showed her just dying instantly in her dream, she's not just dying.
That wasn't his plan, though.
I know. That's my point, is that's why she died, is because she saw 80 years. Like, if she saw 80 years and then just didn't die and then snapped back to reality, she's still dying.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Which also means that Itachi's able to kill anyone at any time with Tsukoyomi.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm glad we could solve that. Back to, Sage Mode Kabuto versus battle.
Kabuto's advantages aren't really present or really great against Naruto. Even some of his more niche stuff, like Tsuyu's Sage art, Genjutsu isn't the most effective, but because Kurama can break Naruto out of the Genjutsu by himself, and Naruto can go on to disrupt Sasuke's chakra. This also does depend on how Sasuke fights. If he separates from Naruto, or Naruto just goes into the QB avatar by himself and doesn't bring Sasuke alongside with him. But essentially, Kabuto doesn't have too many options against this Naruto. He's more of a hacks fighter. He doesn't really have any of these overpowered large-scale attacks. He really was just trying to run up a chakra blade, place the tag in Itachi's head, or just using these various hacks like the Sound 4's abilities, liquefying through attacks via Suigetsu's ability, regenerating via Kerin being studied, along with like Aura Rebirth. He just has a lot of ways to come back, very similar to Orochimaru. But again, the problem is, like, none of this really matters against like a giant-tailed beast bomb on Naruto's parts. We already saw it from Suigetsu that he couldn't completely liquefy through the 8-tailed beast bomb. He just got completely, like, he was like putty. He was like pudding. Like, there was no word to describe it. So clearly Kabuto's not gonna be able to do that. Even Aura Rebirth doesn't really matter, as if Orochimaru could just Aura Rebirth through a tail beast bomb, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble of blocking it when he's fighting Four Tails Naruto. It's also talking about how Sasuke is going to be able to keep Kabuto at bay with large-scale Matarasu attacks. Sasuke also able to perceive Kabuto at this point in the fight. But even if you were to say, like, Kabuto was faster than that Sasuke, which is entirely fair and fine, Naruto can more than make up the difference at this point. This isn't even talking about how he can create shadow clones. He can have a clone gather nature energy in the Kurama avatar while he's fighting, along with other clones, have the QB cloak on while...
That's crazy. I don't think he can do that,
Naruto's definitely versatile. Wait,
Naruto can't just... while fighting in the QB avatar, and the QB avatar is like moving around with him, he can't just store a QB clone in there with him to gather.
Yes, he can.
No, well, he can, but not to gather Sage Mode Chakra.
No, he was literally using 6x. I said 6x6, but he was literally using KCM2 while he made a clone gathering Sage Mode.
Yeah, outside of his clone, outside of his avatar. Where his
outside?
Clone,
I don't know.
Because
he made the clone inside the avatar, and he was in Sage Mode.
Well, I don't care if he makes the clone inside I care about where the clone is when it's gathering its energy. And I'm pretty sure it just
I don't know. He literally did multi-shadow clone, and it appeared with Sage Mode. I don't know how he gathered it that quick, but...
Maybe Minato gave it to him again. All right, let's continue the video.
So we do know that he can make like 11 clones bare minimum from that little feat mid-war arc. So this Naruto, we don't even want to think about how many clones he can make. So if you really want to take it there, he could start out in the QB avatar and make like 10 plus clones in their QB cloak and have them fight alongside EMS Sasuke against Kabuto in the cave. Or he could just have Sasuke sit back, have the clones kind of deal with Kabuto as he just charges up a tail beast bomb and completely atomizes Kabuto, as Kabuto will really have no answer for it. He doesn't have any of those substantial durability feats. Even his horn just gets cut by a basic sword, so he's not going to be able to tank too much. Same thing with like Entone. Kabuto's best way of winning, quite honestly, is for him to white extreme attack off the beginning of the fight.
Dang. I spent like 20 minutes searching for something that's in the video.
Wow.
It's extremely questionable.
I had a feeling.
Because right after that, Naruto can literally destroy the cave. He has a perfect win con for Kabuto. Kabuto really doesn't have anything to touch the QB avatar. 5 minutes is more than enough time for Naruto to take down Kabuto.
Okay. if he's bringing life to the cave, Naruto can probably sense that through his negative sensing emotions. I don't think Naruto, with his ethics, would kill the cave.
Oh goodness, I think he would.
Caves deserve life too, Camcam.
No, they don't. Not this one. Not this one.
Are you cavesist?
Definitely. Only this cave though.
All caves matter. All cave lives matter.
I can't see them combining their the Susanoo and QB avatar at this point because Sasuke just hasn't mastered his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan to the point he has the perfect Susanoo yet. He only has that after fighting alongside Itachi and fighting against Obito and just adapting alongside Naruto. So they're not obviously going to be able to combine it, but Sasuke is just really weak in support for Naruto. They should be performing fine. Naruto can make many clones to assist him in this capacity. A lot of Kabuto's hacks really don't matter against this Naruto, even if you were to somehow say he's faster than this Naruto. So again, I don't think he's a speed tier above Itachi, so I don't think he's on this Naruto's level in terms of speed. The QB avatar just mitigates. Sasuke's really just there for support. We're gonna see the full power Susanoo, all this stuff. Naruto's clones. Bijou Bomb is just kind of a wipe. So Naruto and Sasuke should clear Kabuto with mid to high diff, I guess you could say. It's kind of hard to gauge because you kind of have to figure out how well Naruto does and how Naruto approaches the fight. But the end all be all is the minute he goes and links up with Kurama, it's just the end of the fight. Kabuto has no way to stop the QB avatar. Next up, we have White Mask. I
will say by the point of the war arc, if Naruto has assistance, he can just spam infinite clones in time. Who cares how many he can spam at once? Naruto gets Chakra back so quickly, he could just have an infinite line of clones going to assist Sasuke.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could make that argument.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I guess it doesn't matter. But, how would they get him to reveal how to stop Edo Tensei?
Oh, I think in this hypothetical, there's just not a worry of that.
No, they're just kicking his ass.
If anything, in that case, you could say Kabuto could just spawn Edo Tensei in this fight to help him. That'd be an interesting win con right there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Obito, same thing. I think White Mask Obito dominates them. He's dominating a more developed Naruto. Sasuke also has no real way to deal with Kamui at all. A common thing you'll hear is maybe Obito Kamui.
Oh yeah, White Mask Obito is obliterating these two. They cannot touch him for 5 minutes straight. It's not happening. I don't care if Naruto has 5,000 clones on the field. They're not touching him for 5 minutes straight. Period.
He's away on Amaterasu. He absorbs into the Kamui dimension, and then he might have to deal with that when he phases. Problem with that is when Obito Kamui something away, he can kind of choose where he wants to put it in the dimension. As we do know from the Kaguya fight, he can mark different locations in space time. Now, where Obito Kamui depends entirely on where he is in relativity to all that, because Kakashi got very lucky that he actually Kamui'd the knife that was passing through Obito because they were right next to each other. So for example, right, had he Kamui'd that knife and it had been 50 feet away from Obito, it never would have hit his face or mask. So those factors kind of made it so he got very lucky and was able to start deducing Obito's ability. None of that's going to be prevalent here. The Amaterasu wouldn't be anywhere near Obito. One of them's going to get BFR'd, in which case Obito's even if one of them's in the Kamui dimension, right, you'd have to argue Obito puts them right where he Kamui's them. In which case Kakashi kind of got lucky. You could also maybe argue Kakashi followed Obito's chakra signature or saw him phasing through. So there's all these factors, but regardless, Obito is just very more comparable to Edo.
That's interesting.
And he should be able to take down this Naruto and Sasuke pretty efficiently at this point. None of their ace jutsu the Bijou Bomb or Inferno style already.
I guess that's fair. We don't see Danzo's subordinates, Fu or Mifune. Not Mifune. Fu or
I think Fu already died.
Not
Fu was already dead.
Not Toruni? Fu and
Torune.
No,
it's
is
Torune.
it Torune? Okay, not Toneri. It is
it's
Torune.
Torune.
You're right. Torune. Yeah, we don't see them, and we don't see Deidara's arm. And we don't see anything else. We don't see the nail.
Because Fu was already.
No,
not Fu. Fu and Tornade are dead.
Yeah. Well, they were also revived, but it was a filler.
Obito. Remember, Obito takes them out. He kills. I think he kills. No, he kills Tornade, and then Kabuto does the reanimation shit to Fu to bring him back. I think that was an anime only thing, but still, that happened. Wait, how long does it say on the thing? Let's see. I felt like we was here for a minute. Let's see.
It's been at least 4 hours, I think.
3 hours. Okay. A 58-minute video became 3 hours. That's
Shoot.
crazy.
My mic fell out, so I think it stopped talking here. Yeah, okay. I have to back
That's
out and
crazy.
join back in it.
Wait, why?
Okay, there we go. My mic fixed. I got my mic. Anyways, why what? I'm here. Yeah. What's up?
Well, we finished the video without you.
No, I was here. I finished it.
Oh, you were.
No, my
We
mic.
just couldn't hear him.
My mic unplugged for like 10 seconds ago, so I had to plug it back in, and then for some reason I have to rejoin the call. That's weird. Anyways.
Ah.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, but yeah, 3.5 hours. We've been here for that long.
Woot woot.
All right. Oh, good stream. Thanks for joining, everyone who didn't join, but like you could if you joined the Walkie Talkie Podcast. Woo! There was a lot of fights that he didn't include that I wanted him to include. For example, I think Naruto and Sasuke versus Kabuto in like part 1 would have been really cool. Like instead of Naruto just like stabbing his hand with Kabuto's kunai and then Rasenganing Kabuto, that'd been a cool fight. What other cool fights could there have been? In Shippuden, you could have got.
Like,
yeah.
I
What's
like the
that?
fight with Naruto and who was it, like the third Raikage? The Edo Tensei Raikage?
Oh yeah. Well, Naruto did beat him by himself. But like what about like instead of Sasuke versus the Raikage, what if it was Naruto and Sasuke versus the Raikage at the 5 Kage summit? That'd be a good one.
That's not even fair.
It's fun.
That is not fun. That's not fair. That would demolish him.
Okay. Sasuke got a little bit of help against Danzo, arguably. So maybe Naruto and Sasuke versus Danzo, but that's also a wipe.
Wait, what help?
Yeah, he didn't really get any help. He got Karin a little bit, but not really, and he also got Obito a little bit, but not really.
Well, she did help with explaining the thing, but
Sasuke then said no. I already know. Yeah, but later, Danzo uses Karin as a hostage, and he expects Sasuke to just not do anything, and then Sasuke surprises him.
That's not helping him.
That's Karin being useful for Sasuke.
No, he was gonna do that to Danzo regardless.
I mean, Danzo could have got away.
Well, maybe.
Remember, Danzo, the only reason he got to Karin is because he dodged Sasuke's Chidori.
Yep.
So.
Oh shit! Hold on, my shit about to die.
Are you good? We ending stream anyways. Any final thoughts, Cam?
No final thoughts.
All right, ATG, close us out.
I don't know what to say, but alright, man.
Over and out is our outro on our podcast. I don't know if we should say that here, but yeah, I'll send this to to Thundergod. Let's do it right now, actually, because why not?
Wait, huh?
I'll send this to Thundergod. Yep. Where is he? What is his name on Discord? Do you guys know? It's TG.
I have no idea.
There we go.
I didn't even know this person existed.
Bleh. Well, now you know. All right. And a great end of stream. Bye.
Alright, bro. Alright, Camcam.